Hello and welcome back to the SNHU Esports Arena. My name is Shane. I'm joined here with Victor. Hello.
Hey guys, what's up?
Formerly of the Valorant team from last semester. Now up here on the commentator desk, joining me, filling in a little bit of a slot here. Happy to have you up here for a Valorant Yellow match.
Excited. Love seeing these guys play.
Oh, absolutely. We don't get to see enough Yellow on stream, frankly. I wish we could have these guys on a ton because they're so much fun to watch.
They have so much hope in their eyes.
They do. They have like an innocence.
Yeah, they're ready for the world. They're ready for it. They're excited. They're here. They're on stream. It's time.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. These guys are always so happy about every time they come up here. It makes my day. But for our match coming up, we're gonna be starting off. Ascent and Haven. These are two maps that we see almost every single week. We're gonna see Pearl as a decider map every single round. SNHU starts off defense. I like these maps. I think Ascent and Haven, two maps that kind of been staples on stream. Like I said,
they're well practiced in these maps.
Oh yeah.
Every week you gotta have those in your map pool. Gotta.
I know, especially in this semester, Sutan, head coach for the Valorant team, has been really pushing for just having like a consistent map pool and just really like reinforcing those basic fundamental maps like Haven, like Ascent, like Bind. Those are the three big ones that we really see every single time. And seeing those, it seems to be working out so far.
Yeah, like a really common philosophy we have among like all the teams now is we'll make sure we're good at those base three maps, Ascent, Bind, Haven. We'll have one off map that we're really, really good at. So, like my team, the bench, we're really good at Fracture. The A team, really good at Icebox. These guys, really good at Pearl. And then we'll have one like permaban map that we'll never touch.
Yeah, I know last year a big one was like these teams were really practicing hard on like Fracture because they wanted to be the team that was good at it right as it came out. And that was really interesting to see exactly how that worked out. So seeing this team, especially Yellow, really practicing a lot of Pearl,
Yeah.
that's exciting to me. I like to see these teams kind of trying to like trailblaze the new maps and figure out like or try and become better than the rest of their division like immediately as soon as these maps come out.
Definitely. It's a really nice like tool to have, especially in Pick and Ban, because you know that if your best map is something that the other team is going to be afraid to pick or even ban, you never have to like first pick your best map. Like you can leave it for like the third pick once the banning phase is done over because you know you have a really good map in the back and you can really focus on whether or not you have good matchups like into their map pool or any doubts you have in like the main three maps.
Yeah, I think especially, you'll see a lot of times these teams will, they'll look at the new map that comes out and they'll be like, well, the other team will just ban it. They'll ban it every single time.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about banning it. We can just let it go through because the other team likely ban it. We can ban it last, and then a lot of times it just slips through because we don't ban it or
Exactly.
because it's one of the maps we're practicing.
Yeah, they might have to waste their first ban on a map that they neglected.
Yeah, so that's something that I think is really, really interesting about actually trying out the new map. So we are in Agent Select right now. Let's go ahead and hop into our first game here, Ascent. Let's see a little bit about what these team compositions are looking like. For Ascent, this seems pretty standard on both sides.
By the book. 3 initiators for us. 2 controllers for them.
UMass are running that jet. They're holding on to that, whereas you see SNHU not really using any duelists.
No, it's that's a pretty consistent philosophy for Alex Godel. He likes playing slower. He likes thinking more, and more initiators gives you more tools for information, and that really helps you in your mid-game calling.
I think that's something I really like about the way that Yellow plays. Very much they are heavy information players. They really like to just try and play slow. Wait, they use every single second they have is precious, which is very different from how we see teams like Blue play. Which is seeing just the difference in play style there is really interesting, and it's one of the reasons why I like having Yellow up here, just for that variance and
absolutely
kind of how they play the game differently.
Yeah, and let it be known, they are not afraid of 5-manning it down a site, though. They are not afraid of a 5-man rush at 3 seconds in. They're not afraid of that, so don't think that's off the table for them.
I like that. Don't pigeonhole themselves into one particular play style.
Nah. If the 5-man push works, it works. They're not afraid to use it.
And I mean, hey, you got the chamber anyway. Basically, can function like a duelist.
Yeah,
not too dissimilar.
Character can kind of do it all right now. So let's see what my boy Suka can do within this game.
I'm excited to see that. The chamber players are always the ones that really are like, you got to keep your eye on them because they're on chamber for a reason.
Yep,
it's the same thing with like jet players, which UMass, they have both chamber and jet. You look at those two characters and you're like, well, that player must be on that character for a reason. I want to see that character.
They must be mechanically gifted.
Yeah, I want to see them perform really, really well. But for SNHU, like I said, starting off on defense here, UMass looking to kind of stack up over here on the B side.
Yeah, it looks like they're sitting really far back, so they're probably looking to wait out like a Sova Dart or a KO knife. They do have the chamber chip set out of it, so maybe they might be holding for like a B main push from SNHU, and it looks like we are ready for a B main push. We have our chamber posted up, and at their KO top cat. So I think UMass isn't going to outright push B main. I think they're looking to catch a lurk here.
Yeah, I like this. They're definitely looking to play a little bit slow here. And for SNHU, I could definitely see them using this composition they have to kind of suffocate some space out from UMass here. They can definitely control a lot of area, as opposed to a duelist that are really trying to look in and get a pick and then back right off.
So there's top posted up.
UMass starting to push forward
They
here
walk
into
us in.
Suka.
Hello.
Just a little bit too
There it
low,
is.
though, and he's going to lose out on that
Now
duel.
they're going to explode out. Let's see if Mamra can hold the push.
Get some big info there, and Godell's actually going to go down on his own as Ace starts to push into the site. That is still every player from UMass alive, but there is Amra in the back site here, going to be able to find one, but
They're out,
will
nice.
fall over to Barry there.
Last
As they
player
start to get this
standing.
spike down, it's just Drago left, and a tough situation for him to deal with. It's going to be Jones who's able to take him out.
That's one of those situations where, you know, if Suka got that opening pick and was able to TP out, entirely different round, but we lost the man there, and they got full side control from that.
And now looking at this, UMass are going to have an advantage going forward here. They're going to kind of they're going to be able to kind of choose the pace of this half exactly how they want it to go. They will have some decent guns going forward into this round. SNHU going to have to try and play a little bit scrappier.
That's a good spot.
And noticeably, the KO is not doing a force buy with the rest of his teammates, so it looks like they're going to be playing to get an op round 3 as well.
See UMass now grouping up on the opposite end of the map, basically doing an inverse of their last formation. They just wait out in a lobby right now.
SNHU looking to get aggressive again. Let's see if we get a repeat from last round.
Shock pushes forward, he tries to find one. Drago will go down, tries to take that trade out, but Peachy will be able to escape with his life. Is able to get back onto A site here, but UMass is just starting to break through. Peachy only has 18 health left. Playing a horror game right now, he can't escape. Ace comes around the corner, takes him out now. SNHU only 3 strong.
Yeah, this is looking kind of tough. Let's see what they can work
Spike
with. Chamber ability, looking like a Guardian. Might be enough to get 1 or 2 picks.
Ooh,
Not enough.
not
Good
quite-
trade.
Not quite quick enough on the draw, but yeah, Mommer will be able to
Find you.
finish that one off. The Haunt goes through again. Will get destroyed before it can find any information there, but that Recon Bolt will get a little bit of info on Generator there. They know Twitch is there, but they will get suppressed. Not
Now
gonna
they
be able
know
to counter
exactly
that.
where they are. All eyes on them.
They drop down. It is just a slaughter. There is too many angles for them to check, and they just do not have the tools, the time, or the firepower to really break through that. UMass now 2-0. That was a round that they were skewed to kind of win here, but now SNHU might have the upper hand as they're going to be able to buy up rifles and try and shut down UMass's bonus round.
So let's see if that KO does end up buying the Aces op, because the KO does have the money for it. If that does happen, I would like to see UMass play this round a lot slower to see if they can catch an aggressive pick. But it does look like they're actually going to be playing for an ulto for Jet, as she's 1 away from getting ult.
I like that play. It's a lot safer than kind of going all in on that op, which is a little bit of a risky situation, especially when you already have the gun disadvantage.
And there's the ulto. So they got spotted out, so let's see if SNHU reacts to the KO knife presence.
UMass mostly just grouped up right now. SNHU, you see him taking a ton of space here, and Suka finds one down mid, but he gets caught with his card out. Can't go back.
Suka forgot to place his second TP down.
And Amra just casually looking over, taking down Chomes there. UMass now down 2. You can see already SNHU are really utilizing the difference in range that they're going to have with these guns.
Let's see, they're lurking down in mid.
Mostly just waiting here as SNHU, they've kind of backed off. They're not really playing as forward as they have been earlier.
If you saw
Just
their pings on
kinda
the
waiting.
map, it looks like they're aware of Godell being pushed up into B main, and now they're rotating out to see if they get the A site.
We'll see. I mean, it's just 2 players over here. Peachy's going to be able to kind of be quick on the rotation here, and we already see Godell starting to back up, get to a safer position. As UMass look to get ready for this. The dark cover going to come through at just the right
30
time to block
seconds
that
left.
off. Now, UMass are in a little bit of a weird position right now. They got to get ready. They got to kind of stack up on this entrance and try and break through at just the right time. Drago will be the only one really looking through onto this opening here. See exactly how this works. The paranoia goes out. The Haunt goes through. He gets his location revealed, but now he's getting shot through the wall. Tries to peek out. Tries to take the fight, but Barry is going to shut him down. Godell in the corner finds 2 before he goes out and shot.
Spike down A.
Last one left. He has the spike left. He will have just barely enough time to actually get it down here. So he gets suppressed.
And let's see how SNHU handles this 2v1. Dog does not see him. They might skip out on clearing out hell.
Drop split. Momra's going to be
trade.
there on the trade. Really nicely done from SNHU to take that one out. They will be able to reclaim a little bit of momentum here. This is a pretty decent situation for them winning that round.
Yep. Pretty standard for us to get on the gun round differential here. We have better guns than them. We do have the Fade ultimate here, so it looks like we might want to play retake on our when UMass plants on the next site.
Yeah, the Fate Ultimate in particular is just so good at kind of suffocating an area. The moment that UMass, if they just all 5 run to the site like they did early on in this game, that Nightfall could really do a number on them. Just give you so much information, deafen them completely. It's a really tough situation to be in.
Yeah. SNHU's economy not doing too good from the last round either, so we're really going to have to play around Momra's Vandal here.
He's going to find an opening pick there. They start to push up on him. Godell's going to be able to take that trade. 3 of them running it down mid, but Dritch and Chomes over here might catch Suka out. We'll be able to get Godell. They know Suka's in the corner here, but he has the classic, finds the headshot, but not able to find the kill. Dritch finds 2, and PG peeks through again, gets flashed. I think he flashed himself by accident there.
Well, Momra by herself with the Vandal. Let's see if she can work some magic here.
At 1v4. She wins these.
I've seen it.
See UMass mostly just stacking up around B side here. Probably not going to invest that Nightfall now, all things considered here, but UMass, see how they push in here. Pops at the right time, does find one, but Dritch is going to find his 4th kill of the round, taking down Momra and securing a 3rd one for UMass.
Most people, when they round a corner and see 4 people on their screen, don't normally get one. So,
yeah,
pretty impressive still.
Did go down, but did make it hurt a little bit there for UMass. You see, just that economic damage, every little bit of it matters and kind of helps to equalize the game here. UMass didn't just get that win for free.
Yep, so we'll see a much more standard round of Valorant now.
And we saw SNHU when they had, when they had these rifles, they were doing a great job at really playing around the range and taking fights at a long distance, which we'll see if UMass are really able to kind of fire back there and actually punish them for taking some of these fights.
Suka making sure to place his 2nd teleport down, that way he doesn't make that same mess up from the 3rd round.
It's really important that you do that. You do need the 2nd teleporter, but he won't actually be able to get away as Ace finds the headshot there. Shock also going to take down Peachy. SNHU now 2 down in the opening seconds.
The aggressive play that SNHU's putting up here is a little iffy, putting us on off foot. Again, that aggression. 2 players. Now SNHU has to play retake.
Once again, a situation where that Nightfall looks like a really great option, but you just don't have quite the resources to make good on it.
It does look like SNHU is looking to play a safe here, to keep hold of their 2 rifles and just live another day.
Scanning ahead.
Recon Dart going to kind of leash them back towards the site a little bit, but actually barely get some information there. Not actually going to spot out Chomes. Now UMass, they're kind of hovering around the site. We see Godell. Momra's already checked out here. He's kind of starting to push up on him, but we'll see if UMass, anyone from UMass actually exits in this direction. For SNHU, this save is a great play.
Yep. Good to hold on to their guns.
But for UMass, they're just continuing to kind of build up this lead. The fact that none of them went down here and Ace actually starting to push forward, he is going to walk forward directly into 2 people here. Doesn't know quite where they are. Godell's caught with his knife out, though. He pulls the gun out. He's able to find one. He goes down to the spike.
He gets clipped by the spike.
It's just right in that corner.
That's
very
a little unlucky for SNHU there. A little unlucky. SNHU calling in a timeout, trying to get some momentum back.
I like the early timeouts. I think the early timeouts really do a lot more than the later on timeouts, because we'll see a lot of teams wait until like match point for the other team to actually call a timeout. Early on, kind of figuring out exactly what's wrong and being able to kind of stabilize the bleeding, so to speak, is really important. Just get your head in the game very early on, figure out what's going wrong, and kind of have a second to talk about what's been really messing up in these last few rounds.
Yeah, so I'd like to see SNHU take things a little slower. They are playing defense, and they have been peeking mid pretty aggressively. Out of the 5 rounds, SNHU's peeked mid twice, lost twice. In both those rounds, huge economical damage. We made us lose following rounds because we had worse guns than them. So I'd like to see playing a little bit farther back. I did mention that SNHU had the Fade Ultimate, and for retake, we have SNHU haven't been in a retake situation where SNHU has had enough players up to justify use of that Fade Ultimate. So we're leaving a lot of resources on the table.
It's definitely a lot of opening fights in these rounds that SNHU just aren't quite winning out yet. And it is one of those things where it's like your tactics might be sound, your strategies might be good, you know, your playbook might have that depth, but if you just can't win your fights, then you can't really execute your strategies in the way that you want. So I think maybe it might just be a warm-up issue from SNHU at the moment.
At the end of the day, it is a mechanical game, and all the best strats in the world will not work if you cannot click on a head.
We'll see now. UMass just sitting back again. This seems to be a strategy they like a lot, just kind of stacking up here outside of B lobby, waiting for someone to take that opening peek and just trying to gun them down, but we'll see UMass here. No one really taking the bait. Amra's Prowler goes down a little bit early. They push forward here through B main. We'll see that knife come through. Will protect the presence of Godel. As they start to push forward into the site, they're breaking through. The utility is coming out. Suka's caught in this corner, caught on the other side of this wall, getting locked out. Godel's get caught from both sides there. Ace takes him out from the side. A sucker punch as SNHU try and just get things together here, try and get collected around the edge of the site. Peachy stuck in this corner now, weird spot, but a chamber will rendezvous out. Ace finds another kill there on a Drago. Suka goes down. Mama will be able to find that trade, but Peachy falls and will go down to shock there. UMass, a little bit of a scrappy round, definitely not quite the clean take they've had in these last few, but SNHU just still struggling a little bit to get those fights. Yeah,
Mamra still managing to be the last one alive, still getting her last kill, doing a little bit of economical damage, but SNHU really got to keep our numbers up for the next retake.
Yeah, and we'll see. It has been very much an economy game for SNHU right now. They've been really struggling to just kind of make ends meet at the moment, and we'll see. They are able to really fully buy up this round. They've got the op to work with, but we'll see. Like, if they lose this round, it's going to be really rough for them again. They're going to have to probably say it. And they really need to be in a situation here where they can actually use these resources that they're starting to stockpile up, the Hunter's Fury, the Nightfall. At the moment, those are just sitting there.
Ooh. And that's exactly what SNHU wants from that op. Let's see if the chamber repositions.
UMass here mostly, I mean, the entire team is over here in mid right now, and they're starting to break through over into tree, but the spike is not following them. Might just be able to teleport across mid when they're ready, but UMass just feeling things out over here. They will regroup with the bomb. Flashbang goes out in front of the cover, is able to blind 3. Drago peeks and takes down Dritch. Now, see the Hunter's Fury come out from SNHU, just shooting down into 3. Peachy sending out the pop flash. Just one right next to him. He's able to get the kill. Shock goes down. Barry trades it out, though. It's a 2 versus 2 at the moment as Barry finds his 3rd kill.
SNHU coming up with a little bit of an HP lead. Barry looking like he's on a little low HP. Great ultimate incoming. And with the shock dart, it's going to be a good execute.
They can't really get around that. Bomber just sprays right through the Haunt, detects him as well, and
Perfect.
Barry getting caught out there. SNHU are going to be able to get this defuse, bring things 2-5.
And a textbook retake. They had even numbers, used the powerful ability, followed through, killed 2, didn't lose 1.
Yeah, the ultimate there was great because alongside the Haunt as well, just they had so much stuff to worry about that it was really hard for them to just kind of stay collected in that situation, and it ended up the Haunt, you know, revealed them through the floor, and they just both got sprayed down. For SNHU, great usage of utility there.
Yeah, terrifying ability. You're blinded, you can't hear, your HP's cut in half, all of a sudden you get pinged by the Haunt, they know exactly where you are. Really hard situation to get out of.
Very little time to actually react to that there, and so seeing situations like that is great, but SNHU, they don't have that Nightfall to work with anymore, but they do have 3 more ultimates. I mean, realistically 2 will actually kind of provide them with something here, but that null command could be great on entry.
UMass looking like they're sitting outside of B main again. They don't have the chamber trip this time, so it looks like they're on a... They're just holding it. Oh, putting it down. There it is. Looking for the flank.
See, the Haunt comes through, gets a ton of info there.
Full rotation be coming in from SNHU right now.
This is the best rotation I have seen from SNHU. You see them starting to close in behind UMass here as they take mid and start to move into B lobby. UMass are moving in, and Mamra spraying through, just takes down Shock. Will be able to find 1. Trying to avoid a weird situation right now as Barry starts to push up. We'll get behind Mamra, take her down, and Barry finds that kill. It's a 4 versus 3 right now. SNHU, they are all off site, but they're all coming from different angles.
Let's see if Chambers is fighting in Chamber. SNHU lost 2 more. It's going to be a tough 1v4. They all committed as well.
Just ran out of ammo. He did end up spending null command there for that, but unfortunately, this team got cut down before they could really make good usage of it here. And UMass, they've guaranteed themselves at least an even half here.
Yep. SNHU doing a great job at getting their 1 and 4v1s. You got to look on the bright side of things.
That's true. They always have a player that's kind of able to stay alive at the end.
They just manage to get by a little bit. They get their one. It's good for the mental. It makes you feel a little fuzzy. You're like, okay, I got the little ding, a little headshot.
It's
Another
the little
save round for
things.
Snoo. It's
It's
the
the
little
little-
things.
they add up.
Gotta find the little things.
But for SNHU, they're not going to have very much to work with this round. It's largely eco. They will have the Tour de Force to work with from Suka there, but he's getting suppressed. He's getting forced out.
And
That's
they're
going to
already
give
up
them rain
catwalk.
to run through.
And Snoo not on A site whatsoever. So this is going to be a full 5v5 retake.
Trademark does spot him, though, just a little bit too close to it, and they're going to be able to back off here. But they are completely
She's
surrounded.
big.
Peachy! He's going to find a headshot there onto Ace, but they're getting pushed
Spike
on from
planted.
both sides here at the moment. Dridge pushing forward, takes down Drago. Peachy has to be ready from the other side. He will be able to find
Peachy
that
with another
kill.
one. Now Peachy with an op. With an op, the amount of HP you have barely matters, as all you need is just one shot to the body.
Suka here also has that Tour de Force on Heaven. We'll see Chomes there holding deep in, but
Frenzy not strong enough to wallbang that.
One enemy remaining.
now getting tethered through here. Chomes gonna be able to find 2 kills, taking down the 2 in main. It's gonna be a 2 versus 1 as Chomes tries to go through, sends the knife out. Gonna be able to take down that Tour de Force and pushes at the same time, but
Nice.
Godell's got his gun out. He's ready for it.
Amazing lurk from Snoo, pushing up to get that A main control. Amazing retake. Everything. Perfect. Great.
And that was an eco round from SNHU.
Yes, sir.
That was so good for them. They're really able to kind of get a big upset off of this. UMass, they're still going to have a lot of money in the bank to really work with, and realistically, they kind of will up until maybe the last round of this half. But SNHU, every single kill they can get, every single, making every single credit spent really matter the most is going to be big for them here because they really need to try and minimize the amount of eco rounds they play at the end of this half.
And not only was that round huge for economy, but also huge for momentum and mental.
Oh, absolutely.
High morale after that.
It always feels good. Eventually, they've been having a tough time, and then you get that on an eco round. That is a fantastic situation for the mental right there. But
Absolutely.
we'll see. A little bit of information there. Can't wall bang that wall. UMass starting to mostly group up around A main. Not quite ready for Chomes to hit that jump peak there. Suka not going to be.
So this is the great part about having triple initiative. The Snoo KO knife discovered 4 in A main, and then the Sova dart discovered 1 on tile. So Snoo has perfect information of where they are.
That's like you said, like just the information game here being played by SNHU is so strong, and that's one of the things I love the most about their play style for Yellow is that they really do. They're very thorough with just kind of knowing exactly everything that they can and really making informed plays off of that, and I think it makes their play style really interesting to watch.
And because of that playstyle, they were able to get a Sova into main right here. Let's see if they get one.
Ooh.
Unlucky.
Just can't find the shots he needs to hit there. UMass are still 4 strong, starting to push through B main here. Suka is in position to try and deal with this. Holding a strange angle, will go back down into sight, puts a second rendezvous down. Ace is down. UMass are thinking a little bit more about whether or not they want to push this, getting some cold feet, but Nightfall going to come through as well as that dark cover. The Paranoia also perfectly predicts where Suka is. Will peek in time, but only going to get the info, not going to get the kill. Able to take down Barry, but Shock trades it out. Now a 2 versus 2. He's good for 1.
Ball banging to see if they get any lucky shots off. And it looks like UMass pushing upstairs.
So SNHU just start to kind of check through B main. Dritch is going to be able to peek through. Peachy wins out that fight. It's just Shock left to work with. Knife goes through. He's got a good idea of where he is. He knows he's going to be in Boathouse here. But he's hard stepping at the moment, and he teleports out. He teleported right behind Peachy, and he wasn't ready for it. Shock is going to be able to finish off that kill, and UMass, they haven't just guaranteed an even half. They're guaranteed to be at least +2 by the end of this.
Yep, and that was a very creative play by Shock. A lot of the times when you hear that Omen TP, you think, no way are they just going to TP out in the open behind me. But they took a risk, and they rewarded.
Because it's not directional audio, you know? So you hear it, and you can kind of get like a general idea of how far away it is, but a lot of the times you'll see it mostly get faked.
So what?
To kind of psych you out.
So what you'll hear as the opponent there is where Omen is TPing from.
Yes.
You hear exactly where they were, and that doesn't help that much.
UMass now getting grouped up around a lobby. That might have just gotten a lot of information there.
At least 2. It looked like 3 more backed up out of it. And let's see if we react B main to see if we get a little bit more info out of them.
Looks like we are seeing SNHU kind of start to posture forward on the B side of the map, but It's holding pretty tight here over in A side.
The Silver Joe fully cleared out B main, so Nusnu is a very solid idea. They are either up catwalk or in A main.
We're going to see the start cover getting ready from Drago there as UMass just wait down the timer. They're getting ready. We're going to see the null command come out. Paranoia comes through at the right time. Haunt gets taken down there. Another Prowler tries to come out, but Drago getting hit with that Paranoia once again has to fall back. We'll try and take the fight on the Chomes, but won't be able to. Peachy, he's tethered down. They know he's kind of stuck in there. He can't really try and play around that corner for a little bit.
Peachy doesn't act into his own counter ultimate for the retake, and he pops it.
A little bit of damage through that door, but it going down. Actually will get destroyed here. Peachy gonna throw that Molly into the corner. Force Chomes out. He will get taken out by the null command, keeping him alive. Tsuka is on a killing spree right now. He finds the 3. There's a 1 left. Unfortunately, Peachy might bleed out here, but Ace pops the Blade Storm, tries to play forward here. Will go down. Godell is going to find that kill, and Amr's going to be able to get this defuse to close out this round. SNHU bring it 4-7. Unfortunately, Peachy won't be able to live to tell the tale. He is going to bleed out.
Unfortunate for him, but moments like that is why we put the good aimers on Chamber. That's what we want to see from our Chamber players.
It is just those agents like Chamber, like Jet, just enable players like that so much to just tear it up. And you see the same thing a lot with Reyna as well. Just those kits that really just reinforce, like, I'm going to get kills, these will help me get kills, these will help me be safe in getting kills. Yep. And especially, I mean, seeing Suka pop off like that, you love to see it. But overall for SNHU, some pretty decent kill counts across the board at the moment. We're seeing each player kind of carrying their weight individually.
Once again, I'm seeing the Chamber being posted up in mid, on op, on the same angle. I'd like to see our Chamber move around a little bit more. Godell here, finding 2 players outside of B main. More information there.
Get a little bit of damage too along with that, but UMass, they're playing pretty spread right now. They usually don't play quite like this. We're going to see the dark cover come out, block off Suka's sightline. Might actually be able to play forward here. That Rendezvous does clip through the wall, but he's going to have to try and peek out into Ace.
He does love going for this. He loves going for this.
Oh, Peachy with the flash, gonna be able to find that pick onto Chom. Suka plays forward, and we'll just get out before he gets clipped himself. But Drago now holding high ground next to the gateway here. As Dritch starts to peek up, he might not be ready for this. He's not, and Drago, a little scary there, but he will be able to pick up that kill and TP out.
He's out of there.
Got a good idea of where he is, though. They saw that Prowler go through, but there's not too much they can really do about it at this point. As Ace starts to push up through market.
SNHU very aware of Ace's whereabouts.
Ooh.
Great shot by Godell. A little greedy of a gunfight, kind of scary, but he got his.
I'm very surprised that Ace really committed towards that, didn't just dash out of there, barely had any time left on it. Very, very risky play. Godell was able to kind of prepare for that. Peachy is right here, but not ready for Shock to run around the corner. UMass are down to their last 2. They start to poke through a tree. SNHU, they're mostly off site at the moment. And that's just try and play for this retake.
Drago's sitting in tree, looking to hold his blind for Hell or either Generator. They're probably going to execute off of that. Bunch of Yuto comes out.
Paranoia at the perfect time. Barry goes down. Suka on the point, but Godell's going to be the one to be able to take down Shock there. And SNHU are going to end this half 5-7. Really, really nicely played. Half kind of was able to salvage a lot of this half. And early on, it looked like they were struggling a little bit. I think that timeout, definitely immediately after that, you kind of see them play a little bit more composed. And you could tell they were figuring out what was going on with UMass here.
Absolutely. They started off 1-5. They ended 5-7. Good comeback. Let's see if they can bring that momentum into their attack.
Yeah, like we said, it's going to be a whole different game as we switch sides here. They're going to have to figure out what UMass are up to again, but they do have the opportunity to kind of dictate the pace of this half if they are able to take this pistol round. We'll see how they play here.
And UMass playing off of B side. Looking like they're playing a little bit more aggressive to the mid/A side of the map.
Interested to see Ace going through with that Sheriff, just trying to probably get in there and dash out before he's able to get picked off there. We'll see how that opening fight goes. SNHU, no one there rocking the Sheriff, but playing pretty conservatively, playing pretty safe.
And UML does have a nice Chamber TP setup to where if they do find contact on the B side of the map, Chamber can TP into market.
Oh! Zuka trying to play forward, but Ace going to be able to pick up that kill, and that's 3 kills for UMass there. Chome's just covering for Ace right there and really shutting down that sightline they were not ready for. Dark cover is going to cut off the market here. SNHU will be able to just walk into sight for free. But Ace getting ready to contest through here. The Prowler comes through just the right time and blocks a lot of those bullets. Drago will get taken down there. It's just
Godel versus the world.
Oh, he is able to find one.
Always
He's able to
in the
find
4v1s, they get their one. If SNHU was good for something, they're good for their one.
Exactly. Always good for one. If you're not good for one, what are you doing?
Not playing Valorant.
True. That works. But for UMass here, like same thing as the first half, they are going to be able to play up in guns in this half. For SNHU, they're going to be trying to play some catch up here.
Yeah, maybe they do a little gambit play. Maybe they get 1 or 2 off the pistols. They could turn that momentum into something, but we'll see how they plan out this round.
We do see SNHU mostly stacking up on A side, B side, mostly mid. Didn't work out too great for them here, but we are going to see him take it from a different angle here as Ace is up closer to the start cover. A lot of hard stepping right here. They're just spraying right through, and they will be able to find Suka through the smoke. Dritch going to be forced to TP out. As SNHUs continue to run forward into the point. Shotgun set up that paranoia, get the flash onto Godel. Will back out before he finds any more. Drago falls to the 2 versus 5, but Peachy's good for 1. Takes down. Momra goes down as well. Peachy finds his second, but Chomes is right there to shut him down. Peachy was good for 2 that time.
That's above average. That's above average. Really good crosshair placement there by Ace, by knowing that when she smoked off like that, they're going to be pushing up catwalk. Found a great timing for the wallbang and the smoke spam and going with the deagle. Doesn't happen often.
When you're just running up catwalk like that, you're just stomping. You're so loud that if you've got your headphones on right, you can really tell exactly where someone is like that. And Ace was just ready for it there. But we are going to see from Ace, we're going to see the LMG come out. Ooh, that is Aries. Let's see how they play it. They're playing around this wall up here on B side here.
Yeah, so this is looking like SNHU's classic slow mid default. They have A main control. They have 3 set up in mid. Probably looking to kill that chamber TP up in markets and then see where they work off of that.
So pushing to Chomes once again. We'll be able to get around that corner before he gets flashed. Holding back. Peachy heard him. Calls him out. UMass just playing back. Playing safe right now.
We're really seeing as how SNHU is going to convert this mid control into a side execute. Chamber trip dead. They have market control. But our bomb is still outside of A main, so we can see if we can get UMass Lowell to rotate over.
Oh! That killed. Ace is good for 2 more. Are you serious? SNHU down to their final 2 once again.
And that is brutal. Because both players on B side are still alive, the A players for UMass are not going to rotate off, and the fake is now a failure.
It's just Drago and Godel over here pushing into Barry. We'll be able to find that kill. Catches him on and off angle there, but now they have to get this spike down, and UMass, they are closing in fast as Shock might catch Godel with his bow out. We'll see the flick come out. He is able to find that one. A little
2v2,
sloppy,
it's evened up now.
Drago is able to even things up here, and neither player for SNHU right now, they haven't taken any damage yet. They haven't gotten chipped out at all. That Recon Bolt going to get some big info there.
Yeah, knowing exactly where they are now.
See potentially the knife come out. As he pushes forward here, Godel finds another. The knife comes through. They are both suppressed at the moment. They know where Chomes is, though.
Now they're looking to regroup to make sure that they can play a 2v1 gunfight on the next contact.
That's a peek, but Godel's shoulder gets caught out around the edge, and now Drago just has to try and buy time. Might not even want to take this fight. But he will be able to. He finds the headshot, finds 3 kills that round. SNHU are able to kind of even things up a little bit here as they take the 3rd round.
This is exactly how the last half started. SNHU down 2 and then only won the last round barely with just 1 gun alive. So the economy for SNHU here is going to be tough.
Yeah, they're going to be kind of playing behind for a little bit here. They really need to try and find some great rounds to come out. They need to try and minimize their losses, especially in these rounds.
Last round, or at the last half, they decided to just go pistols for this bonus round here. But now they're looking to buy as much as they can. So they have rifles here. Not full Phantom and Vandals, but this is what they're working with.
Ace is going up high. If you get a big flash onto SNHU, Chomes will be able to find Godel there. SNHU are now down a player. UMass just start to back out. So will SNHU as both sides kind of get back to where they started.
As you can see in mid, both chambers are almost kissing each other, and they're gone.
I can't believe he hit that. Now Suka is also not good on his. Chomes is going to find that kill in SNHU. Down to the 2 left again, the 2 versus 5.
Now it's going to be really tough. Now let's see what Momra and Godel can make of this. They have a full minute to work with. They can go anywhere on the map.
That is so much time, but it's going to be all about the resources here. Armor's still holding on to a lot, but those dark covers are out. They're not going to be back for a little bit. UMass, I mean, they're hanging on to everything still.
Looks like they're going to have to take on the KO here.
Sees the gun peek around the corner, but that probably just blocks so many bullets, and Jones is going to go down as SNHU. They do take tree, but they've given up their position, and now you see UMass just starting to close in, and Shock and Dritch are going to be able to close out those last 2 kills. UMass now 10-6. A pretty strong lead coming out, and SNHU still, I mean, they're probably going to have to save this round.
Right now, it just looks like UMass is playing a little hotter than SNHU right now. They're hitting their shots, and that's what's giving them the edge right here.
Yeah, I really, really want to see SNHU kind of get a little bit more into the zone, get warmed up a little more, because it does seem like most of this just comes down to missing shots and not being quite good on those duels that you know, you really want to be trying to take.
Honestly, I want to see SNHU do some push-ups. Alex did some pre-game push-ups.
That's true.
He's top fighting for SNHU right now. After this game, I better see all of you guys get down. Give me
You
10.
have to go over and talk to them. Tell them to start doing some push-ups. Dritch is going to be able to find that opening pick onto Armor there. It's just to push through the main. Peachy tries to come around the corner, but Ace is good for that one. Chomes finds another. Dritch finds his Chomes. Going to close out this round. UMass now 11-6. They're only 1 round away from threatening match point.
Rounds like that are kind of what you expect when you full rush the site with a bunch of pistols. Kind of what happens when you're down so much money, so much utility. Another pause from SNHU. They're going to have a full buy after here. Let's see if they can make some magic happen.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough situation for them because they really do have to play very perfect from here on out. They have to really try and minimize the amount of losses they take in each of these rounds, because a big issue is on the rounds that they do win, it comes right down to the wire. It comes right down to like a final 2v2, a final 1v1, and those are not situations you want to be in too often. You want to have situations where it's like, okay, well, we have the economy in our favor, we have the ult economy in our favor, we should be able to win this round pretty cleanly. But UMass every single round giving them a run for their money.
They make it hurt. They definitely make it hurt. From here, I'm not sure what SNHU wants to do here. We've seen their slow mid, and they got kind of torn apart by the UMass Lowells, kind of setting multiple people into market and then setting multiple people also in tree room. So they have essentially 4 people looking at mid. So SNHU's default has just been countered by UMass's default. So it's going to be up to, you know, SNHU to come up with something a little bit more unorthodox here. Something more on the fly, something not rehearsed.
Yeah, gonna have to change things up a little bit here because UMass, like you said, they have just been playing so well around how SNHU have kind of been looking to try and play this map. And now looking at SNHU, they will be able to, I mean, both sides here are going to have guns. You're going to see some glass cannons come out from SNHU as they only have light armor. But both, I mean, SNHU, they've got a decent ult economy right now. They're close to building up some really influential ones. We'll see Dritch avoid that recon bolt as well. The knife's not going to find anything for SNHU. Ooh.
And SNHU once again playing for that mid default, but they have so many players set up in mid. They want to fight this. They're here to fight this.
It just peeks out slowly and takes down Godel. SNHU, they're down 2. And they haven't found significant ground yet. They're mostly still outside of sight.
Situations are very tough for in-game leaders because the previous round, they just got absolutely rolled just executing on B main. So the natural human nature goes, okay, well, we just got killed doing this. Let's do something else. But that something else is exactly what has been getting them in trouble the previous rounds. So SNHU tunnel vision a little bit in their macro game plan.
Yeah, just let's go back to what worked, but unfortunately didn't. But Suka's going to be able to catch Dritch around that corner. Sees his shoulder peeking out. And now Chome's getting smoked off. Might try and flash through this and peek through into SNHU, but they're already on site. They've already taken control. UMass, a player down, do have a slight advantage here.
And this is a great situation for SNHU. SNHU has a ton of utility. They're down a man, but they have to, UMass has to push into SNHU. SNHU holds correct angles here. They can walk away with the round win.
We'll see the null command come out from Jones. They start to push forward here, but Ace goes down, and they're not going to be able to get the trade off of it. Drago completely unpunished, but will get revealed by that haunt. They're hiding behind a paper wall right now. Not a situation you want to be in, but they know the Suka is over in B main. He's trying to harass them a little bit, trying to stop them from pushing in, trying to buy some time. Shock goes down. Amr also finds a kill onto Barry. It's last down to Chomes, who is off site at the moment of 1 versus 2. We'll be able to get the kill onto Amr. Drago, once again in this situation where he has to try and buy time right here, but he is going to be able to take out Chomes. And SNHU hold on for another round. Now 7-11. Oh, unfortunate.
All 5 dead. Once again, SNHU winning the round by the skin of their teeth, losing all 5 guns again.
But look at the ult economy right now.
Full
SNHU,
ultimates.
they're holding on to everything right now. They got a full hand.
And they have with the triple initiator comp like this, their ultimates are very strong and very impactful. They can easily link, 2 or 3 round wings back to back to back if they use these ults correctly.
Here.
We're going to see especially, like, I want to see really a situation where SNHU have a decent opportunity to play off-site. We haven't seen that too much. It's mostly been once they've actually established control on site, they're down to the last 2 players. For Suka, who finds an opening pick there, really nicely done. SNHU, they need to try and win out this numbers game early on. We're going to see Null Command come out in mid to try shut down anything going on in here.
Making sure that the enemy chamber's ult is not up as they execute the sets. Great shot by Chomes.
Shot to Peachy right as Null Command expires too, so he's not going to get a second chance.
And just with that one pick from Chomes, the push has stopped. SNHU look like they're working up catwalk. A-site is completely open. This is a great read from SNHU.
This is a scary crosshair placement right here, right over Suka's arm. Doesn't know he's there, but has a little bit of intuition.
If Dritch just decided to sneeze and just accidentally click their mouse, that was gone. Suka was gone.
That would have been really, really unfortunate here. But for SNHU, they are able to get over towards A-site here. Amra lurking over in mid. Might be able to catch out Chomes as he rotates over in just a second.
And they're about to see each other.
Oh!
Great. That was such an important kill for SNHU. Now, UML has to worry so much about the flank. If Amra just sits there, ooh, unlucky. That wasted a ton of time on the plant, though.
Yeah, it really just leashed back the entire defense for UMass. And now, see Godel holding back down there by Tree. Bridge going to try and break through this, but now he's got Suka behind him. He will be able to win out that duel, but the timer continues to tick down. Godel knows there's someone here. Has his knife out though, and he is going to be able to win that fight. A little scary, but now once again down to Drago as the last player. Shocks him to find that kill, but does he have enough time?
It's close.
It's going to be right down to the wire.
I don't think he has it.
He doesn't. Just 2 seconds short. SNHU once again.
Scary round.
No survivors in the round.
Scary rounds. SNHU still has 2 initiator ultimates. The money is usable. There's momentum you have, and if SNHU wins this round, UMass's econ will then be broken. So there's still potential to link some more rounds together. It's still a closer game than the scoreboard tells us.
Yeah, for SNHU, they really want to play. If they get some good ultimates in here, they're going to be able to just get gun upgrades off of UMass, which for some of them is going to be really important. They're going to be able to play off of each other's guns when they drop them.
That works.
So that's going to be a big thing for them here. We're going to see them kind of trying to take trades, kind of trying to just isolate a member of UMass and be able to try and steal out their guns. Chome's going to get some info here. We'll be able to spot out both Drago and Godel with that knife. Trying to jump peek it here. Guardian shots coming out. Good idea what's on the other side there, but we're going to see UMass pop from the shadows there. Chomes goes down. SNHU securing that early lead. Watching behind them, making sure that Omen ult doesn't go anywhere important. Peachy in a weird spot right now. We'll send that Molly out, force them out of the smoke, force them to play it back here. Now just running through, holding left click.
Hey, whatever gets you on this slice. Still have a full 5-man up for this retake. And we have a great Chamberlain coming into Tree.
Find 2 suppressions there. Big ones as well. These characters could have some really great retake utility here. But Suka, once again, just holding on Cat here is being such a passive threat that they have to worry about. And Drago is TPing directly into the smoke. He's right in their face right now. Will run out as soon as they peek away, but won't be able to find any kills. But Suka is able to find one, can't find the second. It's a 3 versus 3. Now Godel going to bring it to a 3 versus 2, but he's just evening out back and forth. Both of them are right above Peachy, but he's caught with his grenade out, and he can't find the kill. SNHU down to Amra.
It is planted for Amra. She has an eyeball. Oh, so close.
Shooting
just a little to the left.
Right around both sides of the head, but there's a dark cover in the way.
Lucky. Right there in that round, it was really up to Suka to get more than 1 in that lurk. He got 2 by surprise. If he got those 2 kills, keeping tree control there gives him a ton of space to play with. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and now SNHU, very bad money, down to match points. It's do or die.
Yeah, and they spent a lot of those ultimates as well. UMass, they're in a pretty good situation right now. SNHU, you're going to have to try and pull out a miracle if they want to keep their head above water, and even if they take this round, there's no guarantee the next round is going to go in their favor. They've got to win 4 straight rounds.
SNHU with a good read. They're pushing V main as 5 as UMass Lowell is doing a tile crunch.
They're pushing forward here. Ace takes down Godel.
And they're very well aware that there is no one on this site. This is great for SNHU. They're down a player, but with the bomb plants, this is a great spot to be in.
Scary situation for Drago. He is right under the lip of that overpass there, but UMass just starting to try and find some angles here. Ace going to win out that fight on Suka. Starting to push forward here. SNHU mostly just try and play for time right here. Mom run Drago. Drago finds 2 before he goes down, and now it's an even fight, a 2 versus 2. They've got a good idea. They're both in Boathouse right here, which is a little bit unfortunate. Not much room for them to really play with here. And Shock gonna get some info there. Taps the bomb for a second. Bomb goes down. Peachy wins that fight. It's just down to Peachy versus Chomes.
He can sneak out on him.
He's sticking it, and Peachy goes forward, but he doesn't stick that last shot that he needs, and Chomes gonna be able to finish out that game. 13-8. UMass take it.
It was a fight for sure.
SNHU, it felt like there was a lot of times where they were just, they were on the brink of stabilizing that, but they just really, just fell short in a few key places that I think on the next map we'll see a much smoother kind of game come out from them. It was definitely just kind of getting warmed up, getting into the game, and hopefully in the second map on Haven, we'll see a little bit more of kind of a consistent game plan come out for them.
Yeah, definitely there are a few key rounds there that were very tough to lose, pretty demoralizing. Definitely a game with a lot of ups and downs, but SNHU, they're fighters.
That's true.
They are fighters. This for them, this is nothing. This is nothing. They've been through worse.
And they need some time to do some push-ups right now. So we are going to throw it over to to a highlight on Godel. That is not a picture of Godel, unfortunately.
For those who want to know, that is actually Suka, the chamber player.
But we are seeing a little bit of stats there. Had 14 eliminations, 220 ACS. Very, very good stats all around. But we're going to throw over to a break real quick. We'll be back in just a few minutes with Haven. Stay tuned.
Suka forgot to place his second TP down.
Namra.
Damn, they might skip out on clearing out health.
Drop flip on is going to be there on the trade. Really nicely done from SNHU. Let's go back.
Suka forgot to place his second TP down.
Namra.
Damn, they might skip out on clearing out health.
Drop flip on is going to be there on the trade. Really nicely done from SNHU. Let's go back.
Suka forgot to place his second TP down.
Namra.
Damn, they might skip out on clearing out health.
Drop flip on is going to be there on the trade. Really nicely done from SNHU. Let's go back.
Suka forgot to place his second TP down.
Namra.
Damn, they might skip out on clearing out health.
Drop flip on is going to be there on the trade. Really nicely done from SNHU. Let's go back.
Suka forgot to place his second TP down.
Namra.
Damn, they might skip out on clearing out health.
Drop flip on is going to be there on the trade. Really nicely done from SNHU. Let's go back.
Suka forgot to place his second TP down.
Namra.
Damn, they might skip out on clearing out health.
Drop flip on is going to be there on the trade. Really nicely done from SNHU. Let's go back.
Suka forgot to place his second TP down.
Namra.
Damn, they might skip out on clearing out health.
Drop flip on is going to be there on the trade. Really nicely done from SNHU. Let's go back.
Suka forgot to place his second TP down.
Namra.
Damn, they might skip out on clearing out health.
Drop flip on is going to be there on the trade. Really nicely done from SNHU. Let's go back.
Suka forgot to place his second TP down.
Namra.
Damn, they might skip out on clearing out health.
Drop flip on is going to be there on the trade. Really nicely done from SNHU. Let's go back.
Suka forgot to place his second TP down.
Namra.
Damn, they might skip out on clearing out health.
Drop flip on is going to be there on the trade. Really nicely done from SNHU. Let's go back.
Suka forgot to place his
and welcome back as we go into game 2 of our set tonight, SNHU versus UMass Lowell Red. My name is Shirley, joined here with Victor. How are we doing? Last game was a little rough.
It was a little rough. I talked to my boy Alex. He's fresh off of 40 push-ups.
Okay.
Last time he just did 10. So like, if you thought his last game was impressive,
So he
get ready.
should do like 4 times better, hopefully, in this game.
Mathematically speaking, he should drop at least 60.
All right, that's what I'm expecting going here into Haven, starting off on defense side. For SNHU, this is a map that I know we have seen a ton for blue. For yellow, I'm interested to see how comfortable they are on this map in particular, because it could be a little bit it could be a little bit different kind of from how we see the strategies on blue team here. Kind of what they've been practicing, how they've been trying to do things.
Honestly, I'm not too sure how yellow performs on Haven. I believe they like the initiator heavy setup again. They like playing slow. I think that's just a Team Yellow thing to do.
Yeah.
But I haven't spectated that much of Team Yellow's Haven, so this will be a surprise to me how they play out their mid rounds.
Well, seeing them kind of how they play slow, how they play around information so much, that seems very much kind of like a Haven play style, because you just have so many options on Haven to really work with that it feels like if you have a really informed decision like SNHU Yellow really like try to go in for, you can make some great plays, but you kind of just have to work with the amount of the overwhelming amount of options that you kind of have with the 3 different sites.
So I feel like from that, our yellow team is probably going to aim to like for a lot of like A short control, a lot of sewers control, maybe like smoking off A long to deny info, and probably some garage control for our default. But after that, let's see what they do with it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they play it. But let's talk a little bit more about the last set that just happened. I think a kind of a big issue with them was generally how, and Godel was saying this, that UMass are just playing so fast. You know, they very similar to how SNHU Yellow were playing. They waited for a long time. They got all the information they needed. They found their opening picks from people who were a little bit overeager on SNHU. And then they made a really informed play based off of that, and they just went in super hard.
Yeah, just from UMass's first pistol round, they dropped a chamber trip outside of B main, and they sat way back in spawn as 4 or 5 waiting for the push, and they got that push, and they got their pick, and then they executed immediately off of that. And they did that a lot. They would drop a chamber trip on either the B side of the map or say A side of the map. They would sit on top of that trip essentially as 4 or 5 players, and then eventually SNHU on defense just get pushing out into them. And that's what gave them that feeling of oh my god, they're playing so slow, but then they execute so fast. Is because SNHU would use their initiators to gain information. They got nothing outside of B main, nothing outside of A main, nothing outside of mid, because they're essentially playing in spawn. SNHU would push out because they think, oh, no one's here. I have information that no one's here. They pushed out, they got picked, and then they executed. And that's that gives that panicky feeling of, oh my god, now they're doing something when they weren't doing anything before. So going into this map, I'd like SNHU to just relax.
Yeah.
Settle down.
Just get comfy. Get comfy.
Sit down a bit. We don't need to push out, every round. We don't need to take space on every defensive round. Maybe we can just sit still a little bit.
Yeah. I would like to see a change of pace for sure, but let's go ahead and hop into Haven. Game 2, SNHU versus UMass. Look at these team compositions. We've seen from SNHU, we're seeing the Astra come out.
This is an aggressive team comp. Breach and Astra are very good at taking sites. No KO here, no Sky here, no Sova, just one information agent in Fade. So it does look like that they are aiming for a more aggressive style this map.
For SNHU, this is such a drastically different kind of play style from how blue play. The way that yellow are kind of playing here right now. Very much, like you said, kind of playing very aggressive into this, not really worrying about information too much here, and kind of just trying to really go all out with these initiators here. But looking over at UMass here, we are seeing they still have Ace on the Jet there, which I like. They still have their chamber in this as well. Same with SNHU, but still holding on to that double duelist and kind of fitting their composition around that, which I think is a smart play, considering they were winning most of their fights.
Absolutely. A very similar comp from UMass, just the difference between the controllers of Astra and Brim. Brim giving a bit less utility in the actual execute of the site and post plant, but a lot more simplicity in it. Where Brim's job is very simple compared to Astra, so it's a lot easier to coordinate. So we'll see if that little ease of access for Brim will allow UMass to play more naturally, flow a little bit better, or will still be able to truly utilize the higher skill cap agent to see if they can explode off of something.
And later on in this game as well, that Brim's going to be so good at just delaying post-plant situations and just kind of timing out the defuse timer, because that ultimate is just such a good time killer here. But we see UMass playing very similarly to how they were last time here, just grouped up outside of A.
Yep, they have their trip on the A side of the map. They're set together, but SNHU with a great top down here.
Mamra finds 2, and they're still going, finds 3! Barry is now the last one left, a 1 versus 3. It didn't seem like they were quite ready for SNHU to be holding that close.
Yeah, that was a great use of their game plan. They noticed that last game, UMass was not pushing out. They were sitting back, so they used that opportunity to push up and gain immense space out of A-Long, and then they played 2. Normally, teams just play 1 player there, so just having 2 guns there, amazing round.
The crazy thing about that to me was that Barry was able to hit the fault line there. Both of those players were concussed. And neither of them, both Mamra and I believe it was Suka holding up there, were just completely concussed. The fire rate lowered, then they were still winning those fights. They were still hitting the headshots that they needed, and UMass weren't able to punish them off that. I think that maybe just a little bit of a lack of communication coming out there, just like not quite aware of what's going on in that situation there when it was so urgent and kind of immediate.
Yeah, normally that chamber concuss is for somebody sitting at the end of A-Long, so truly they were just not expecting 2 people close. They didn't believe they could have been pushed up. Looks like they're doing a full execute on A though.
Suka ready to dash back whenever they push forward. Here we see the Prowler come through. He does a
Suka
drop
falling
down.
out by accident.
Unintentional there. The aftershock comes through, forces them back into this corner. We see the rendezvous as well. Trick trying to be able to get back to his team, and they just start to pull out here.
And they run off. Great stall by SNHU Yellow's Breach. Great gunplay by Suka. And let's see, we still got an Astra on C site. Nothing in garage, and they're going to garage.
Drago might be in for a very fast push. We'll be able to take down Barry. You'll see how much good, or how much more he's good for. Able to take down Shock as well. Dritch goes down. It's a 4 versus 2, or sorry, no, it was 5 versus 2, now 4 versus 2. As Chome's gonna be able to take down Drago. SNHU do have a big advantage here, but he's looking to maybe try and cheese something out here with the shorty.
And Godel kind of suspects it, kind of doesn't suspect it.
Oh no! Oh no! He's able to find Chome.
Spike down, C. 30 seconds left.
He's in a weird spot. Now gets caught up by Mamra. Whew. That is a pressure that definitely relieved right there. Not having that shorty just lurking around garage and getting caught out.
Definitely stressful. Now, if you ever been that person with a shorty lurking, it's also equally as stressful.
Oh yeah.
If you peek a long sight line, you're like, I cannot touch you right now. So you just really gotta hope somebody walks close enough to you. The garage is the perfect spot for that.
You gotta be good on your shots too. If you flick just a little bit too far to the left and not all of those pellets hit, it is a very rough situation.
You're gonna deal 26 damage to them, and
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, yep, that's all I got on my gun. That's all I got.
Time to reload. Time to pull out my knife. Time to try and get a little bit more physical here. But SNHU now 2-0, a very strong lead in this half. It's the first time they won the pistol round.
Yeah, so now with the hunt instantly being destroyed, A-Long is gonna be pretty risky for Amra to push up. She just take a little. Oh, does look like she is gonna commit to taking A-Long control. With that kind of space, they're probably gonna either have Chamber move up to the B side of the map, or simply stay put.
Amra had that Astra smoke, able to kind of block off A and allow her to push up forward here. UMass, they're mostly, going over towards the other side of the map right now, though. And SNHU, you see them. I mean, they're kind of leaning over towards the side of the map, and they've kind of eliminated A as an option. See some utility come out as well as the Stim tries to send them through, tries to break them in. Dragon's able to find one, but gets traded out by Dritch. We'll be able to find Godel. Basuka is good for 2, holding back in this corner. Still has his dash ready. Spraying through, is able to find one, but Barry catches him on the reload. Shuts him down. It's a 1 versus 2, though. It's not in his favor.
He does have the better gun, though. So let's see how he can work with it. A flash, a fault line. Reach has all the utility in shot.
Gotta push into him. He is nearsighted. Let's play around this as Amra peeks on the corner just the right time, and Barry goes down. SNHU win their bonus.
A great timing. This is new now.
Yeah.
SNHU won both the pistols and the bonus. We like this. Lots of money for SNHU here. This is a lot of momentum for them.
And a rough situation for UMass. They're going to have to save again, whereas SNHU, you see that they've got 4 rifles and op. They're thriving right now. They're living the high life, but UMass here really only, I mean, a Rolling Thunder and placed exactly in the right spot could do a lot of work for them here in kind of making up this gun difference, but we'll see if they decide to commit it this round or if they just want to try and rip the Band-Aid off and get this one over with.
It's SNHU, 1 away from Fade ults, Astra ults, and 1 more ultimate, but they're very close to having a lot of power and ult utility as well.
They're showing this with the Headhunter. Drago's going to be able to find an opening pick there onto Shock, and that is
great
the
wall
spike
bang.
Down.
Lucky day for him.
UMass down 1 and running out of options here as SNHU just start to push up here and secure more and more space. B, practically completely off limits. A, they're not going to be able to break through there.
So let's see if UMass Lowell does make the correct read that SNHU is not on C site whatsoever. Godel looking like he's going to get aggressive here from information.
We'll see what he wants to do here. Drish goes down, the flash goes out at the same time, but Chomes does not hit by it. Godel going to be good on the trade for that. Only 40 health left, though. An awkward spot for him to be in. Going to flash overhead. Faultline goes through, barely doesn't clip him, though.
All this action in mid-site is going to bring the fading chamber off of A into their spawn.
See Ace kind of trying to back off here, trying to watch this angle still, but Peachy's already there, and he's able to find that shot onto Ace. Just down to the last player here, it's only Barry, and they go down. SNHU staying pretty strong on this round, only losing 1, now 4-0.
And still doing a great job at finding information so where they can actually execute pitches like that, even without all the information gathering initiators.
We're going to see a timeout come out from UMass here, and this is very, I mean, basically inverse of what happened in our first game, right? Where SNHU now, out of the gate, they win the pistol round, they win the second round, and then they win their bonus round, and they're still going forward here. This is a scary situation for UMass because just as SNHU close in on reaching that big number 6, this half is going to get harder and harder and just more punishing. Yeah,
it's definitely pretty demoralizing as a player when you're in the game and then you got 0 and they got 6 and you're like, the best I can play for here is just even.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel good. I'm a greedy guy. I want more than what they have.
And just because of the way the economy works in the game, the chances of you being able to take like 6 rounds straight are so low that UMass need to start to find some value soon. They're going to be able to buy up this round, I believe, at least, you know, kind of force a buy up. And that's a big opportunity for them to kind of try and upset some momentum here. But SNHU, they're just building up that money. They're getting their big bath of coins right now, and it's looking like a pretty good situation for them.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard for UMass to build up momentum because even if they win the next 2 rounds, SNHU still has the money to buy again. They can lose 3 rounds in a row here and still have a full buy, so UMass needs to put on a show here.
Yeah, and they still don't, I mean, they're starting to build up towards some more influential ultimates here. Rolling Thunder is obviously a very big one to work with here, and now they do have equal guns. We could see that one do a lot of work, but Faultline not going to hit anyone. Suka will take a little bit of damage there, get marked as well, forced to fall back as UMass are pretty aggressive here in taking A long.
Great job to Suka for not letting Malmra die in A long, fighting to get her out of there. Lost a little bit of HP, but still up a little bit.
UMass just starting to get close to executing on site. You see the Rolling Thunder come through. Misses Suka, though. This could potentially be big if they're not ready to punish it, but the flash goes out. Time's out, and he's back in it. He's ready. He's able to find 1. He's able to find 2. He goes down. Shock trades him out. Ace also finding a kill. It's a 3 versus 3, but now Mommer's able to find 1 before getting traded out of 2 versus 2, and UMass, both these players left standing are very, very low on health.
Now let's see if they can properly...
Oh!
Ooh. And great shots.
Cleans it up. SNHU now 5 strong at the moment, and for UMass there, they had a lot of resources to work with. They called that timeout on the previous round. It's kind of a little bit more demoralizing to see them lose this round too.
Almost like a tragic round. Todd was sitting in elbow, close left out of shorts, and the Barry's breach flash aimed it at the mid-sight box, but the flash popped in front of the box, blinding Todd. Normally with breach, the flash happens on the other side of the obstacle he targets, so there was a little bit of weird geometry that happened there, and that could have been disastrous. Todd still getting 2'd, even though he got full blind.
Yeah, he didn't get hit by the Rolling Thunder. He got hit by the flash, but it timed out. It is a miracle that he even got those 2, because that utility absolutely should have really messed him up there. And for SNHU, it was kind of you know, they had a little bit of a guardian angel there saving him.
Absolutely. Someone's looking after him.
Keeping him safe right now. And UMass are mostly caught up in mid here. They do have the Blade Storm out, trying to work a little bit with that. Money's a little bit tight for them, so any sort of opportunity they can get to actually cheat out a little bit of extra credits is going to be very big for them.
So situations like this is why you really want to have an information gathering initiator. With SNHU not being pushed up on A, not being pushed up in garage, and just one player holding C long, the only information SNHU has is that they're not running it down C long. SNHU has no idea where UMass is playing.
Yeah, we do see, I mean, that Astro Star got put down in B site here. We see the smoke start to come out as well. The execute pretty obvious at this point. As SNHU, you see them start to immediately begin to rotate over and try and take some better angles in here. They do have people coming from both sides here, but Dritch going to take down Godel. That's a big player down. That breach utility going out is not what you want to see, but we see the Nightfall coming out from Amra. Trying to get some big value in here. Suka, just a lot of effects on his screen right now, but Peachy's going to be able to find one. Chomes goes down. It's a 4 versus 4.
Another ultimate. We're down to 3 ultimates already in this team fights.
The Blade Storm finds one, and Ace just spamming that left click. Is able to find another. It's a 2 versus 2. Ace finds a third, and Amra is not able to take the fight on Dritch. UMass finally able to get in the door, 5-1.
A lot of commitment was put into that round. 3 ultimates, and whenever I see a chamber go into site with their sheriff and blast off 6 shots and miss all 6 shots, all I can think about is all the money they're losing into that. That is an expensive ability. Every click is 150 credits. That is not cheap.
It is so tragic to see that happen. But for UMass here, I mean, even after winning that round, it was still not a clean win for them, and you can see it's very much not a clean buy for them either.
Yep, and SNHU still sitting on a ton of money, and if they lose here once again, they can still heavily buy the next round.
Fault line comes through, is going to hit Mamra here as UMass start to actually don't push up yet.
Yep. But with that breach line taking Mamra off the angle, once again, they are losing information there. So they don't know if they're up short or up long. Because of this, SNHU is leaning over to the A sites, but UMass still has a chamber in C long, and the bomb is going over there too. So that information denying from just the breach concuss has made SNHU lean on the A side of the map. And let's see if UMass makes the correct read and fully commits to the C sites.
They're still pretty spread at the moment, but they're still just hanging out around here, and we do see where SNHU, they do have a player very close to mid. These 2 jets right next to each other. Ace, if he's not careful, could get clipped around this windowsill. Suka able to find one. Ace just barrel stuff. Suka takes him out. Drago's going to trade that one back, and SNHU are still holding on to this advantage.
And they're up 1. Now this is great information. Drago can now push up,
30 seconds
take the A space, but there is a chamber lurking behind him. Now let's see how these 2 lurks interact with each other.
Looks like they're just kind of taking different hemispheres right now, as we do see that laser come out from Brimstone. But Amra peeks through, and they're not ready for it. She finds 2.
That's exactly what she wants. And
10 seconds left.
chamber, not enough time for Dritch to really make something out of this, but maybe gets one.
Still going in. Not going to try and save this gun here. Godel, it's going to put him down there. Timer goes down. Dritch goes down. SNHU still 4 strong. Only lost 1 that time. And UMass, not a great situation for them.
And all I'm saying, a SNHU player would have gone there 1 in the 4v1 situation.
That's true.
That's the difference. That's what gets them that 6-1.
Every time that 4v1 comes through, SNHU, they turn it to a 3 versus 0.
They turn it to 3v0.
That's the big one right there. And for UMass, that just didn't come through. There's a little bit of damage that just didn't go out there, and Godel's still holding on, just building up that money and just starting to compound their lead.
Suka buying his thing in here, so it does look like he will be playing with his ultimates.
Ooh. Completely revealed by that Haunt. Gonna try and glide across there to cheat out a headshot. Only has 1 knife left, so not a lot to work with at the moment. So there's an entire team breathing down his neck. He's able to get 1. It's actually Drago finds 2. Godel found 1 of his own, and now it's a 5 versus 2.
Right there.
And now SNHU very aware of their positioning. Armor's gonna close it.
1 enemy remaining.
Ooh, great shots.
Barry's so low. He's got 5 HP to work with. Flawless round from SNHU, holding on to everything. Now 7-1. They are just every single point they get here is going to make the next half even better for them, because UMass right now, they're having a really hard time stabilizing. Even when they found that one round, they weren't able to actually carry anything off of that. They didn't get any momentum.
Yeah, and also with that one round, you know, it didn't even bolster their economy that much, so they were forced to save again in the later rounds.
Here.
And just look at the difference in creds right now. SNHU, they've got so much banked up. UMass here, the highest they have is 1,000 after a full buy. That is rough. Ichi playing pretty forward here, not able to find one. Didn't come to a complete stop.
Still not the end of the world. Can still reposition. We still have garage control, but not B side. So it looks like if they do walk up, they will get a plant. Let's see if they commit to it.
They are just going to run up onto B. SNHU, no one there to stop them.
Jet sitting back sights. SNHU does have the breach ult for the retake. Oh, a fade ult to counteract the retake.
Drago's able to find one though, giving SNHU a little bit of odds in their favor here.
Astral ult looking like it's going to come down for the retake.
Haunt clears that corner. We're seeing the Astral Divide come out, as well as the Rolling Thunder. Ace gets caught by it just a little bit too late, and Drago goes down, but Suka's able to find the last two. Barry still alive, finds Suka, but Godel trades it out, and SNHU are going to bring this 8-1. They are just continuing on the warpath.
Yeah, very good. Amazing ult to make. Repositioning outside of garage, getting grass control, and just fully flushing out on the side. SNHU realized that we lost backside control. We lost the link control, so it's going to be really hard to ult to have a breach ult from there. Great repositioning, great executes. Let's keep it up.
For UMass though, they invested so much into that. They had the Tour de Force last round. They used the Nightfall last round. And I'm a little hesitant about that Nightfall that was used up last round, because I feel like that could really go. I mean, in a situation where you're taking on the site, really could have done a lot more for them there.
It definitely felt a little early because it wasn't in reaction to any utility. They just threw it out to stall a little bit.
It's almost like it just to zone them.
Yeah, yeah. I would have liked to seen it like in response to a reach flash or a counter ult.
Ooh, that's scary.
Spotted. It's gonna be hard to get out of there.
Ooh.
He's fine though. He just walks out. He's fine.
He's
He's
barely
not fine.
staying alive. Godel will be able to trade him out, but this is a big win here for UMass. They are 2 ahead of SNHU.
Suka's guardian angel was not there for him in that moment.
We were watching over him. We were trying to give him as
Spike
many
planted.
blessings as we could, but it just
Wasn't enough.
was
Wasn't
not
enough. UMass in a great spot here to win around and hopefully start bringing something together back for a comeback.
Yeah, if you're Peachy right now, it's such a rough situation to be in with an op
Last
that close to
player
site, trying to
standing.
retake, and Trish is going to run up on him from behind. It's just Momra. 1 versus 4. All right, let's see it. 3 versus 0.
Oh,
Not going to come through this time.
the curse was broken.
Unfortunate to see, but UMass here bringing it 8-2, doing good for themselves here. Not going to really put that much of a dent into SNHU's money though, but they are starting to kind of stabilize themselves for these final 2 rounds.
Yeah, so it does look like these next 2 rounds are going to be full buys for both teams. We're going to get some quality Valorant in these next 2 rounds.
And for SNHU, we're starting to build up on maybe another Nightfall soon, but really it's just Tour de Force at the moment. UMass kind of scattered around the board on their ult economy.
Yeah, Brimstone all close to it as well, so it doesn't look like we're going to get too many ults in these last 2 rounds.
UMass just holding back once again as SNHU. I mean, you see Suka playing very passively here in Garage, not really trying to contest that window at all, waiting for someone to kind of hard step nearby. But UMass are mostly just playing their kind of, I mean, this has been their strategy for the last few rounds here, is just kind of hold in mid and wait for someone to get a little bit eager.
Yeah, they do like that mid control. They're not really sitting on that chamber chip
Oh.
like they do. Ooh, great shot by Ace.
Was looking through it, just a sliver, just a pixel there, and
And
was able to catch him out.
Stuff like that causes a lot of panic for the defending team because now they lost B side control. They lost vision of grass. They UMass Lowell cuts noise. Once again, no information.
Ooh, that's rough too, and Momra tries to peek out, but Shock's going to be able to win out that fight. Ace does go down, Suka does find that pick. It's a 2 versus 4 now. Peachy stranded on site with an operator behind a smoke. Again, not the situation you really seen come through. He does have 8 shots in his headhunter.
Planted.
Has more than enough money to be able to buy more too.
It just looks like I think Peach is going to back up and not really contest too much here. It's going to be really hard for him to retake with the up.
Yeah, it's
Or
a tough
maybe he'll try to
situation.
make something happen.
He does have Tour de Force ready, so if he loses this op, it's not a terribly huge deal for them.
Yeah,
as
so
long as
with
he's able to
that-
find some kills with it.
Why not? let's make this 2v4 into a 2v0.
Ooh, this could be bad though. Dritch coming up from behind. Peachy not ready for it. He's going to be able to find the last two, and he has been so consistent on these lurks.
Yeah, very impressive spray chancellor with the Vandal
Last
as well.
round
Again,
in the
that's
half.
why you put those players on chamber, because they can do things like that.
Yeah, and just being able to pull that off. I mean, he has been very, very smart in the way that he's been lurking a lot too. He's gotten caught out a few times, but I think it's mostly just been kind of getting caught out on a counter lurk play. In the times where he actually does just get free reign over area, like when SNHU do have a defender down very early on, he's really able to make a lot of value out of it.
Yeah, they can get a lot of work done. And I think that's why UMass is having a lot more trouble in this attackers have. SNHU haven't been giving them that one pick. They have been giving them like all that extra space. As long as SNHU doesn't give up that early pick, it's going to be really hard for that chamber to lurk.
Suka bringing the knives out. We'll see Dritch through the smoke just in time, and he gets away with it.
And it looks like UMass is not going to commit to this garage push anymore.
Just back on out of there. Don't push into that. Don't push into that blade storm there. But they don't know. I don't think they know where the tour de force is yet. Peachy holding around C with that. We see UMass. I mean, they've kind of just stayed in place ever since Dritch died.
Yeah, this has been a common occurrence in UMass's playstyle. Now they're kind of locked in mid, and they're begging and they're hoping. Like, one of you is going to get angsty. They don't have those initiatives to find out where they are, and they know that the Fade is sitting on A side. They don't have to worry about getting spotted up behind I, so they can take as much time as they want, and they choose to take their execute now.
Bayo gets smoked out.
Committing the ult to the left side of the map.
Does get a little bit there, but it doesn't actually displace anyone on site. Everyone who did get hit by it, kind of behind cover, behind smoke.
Blocking vision.
Vision of that. Drago gonna pop some stars. UMass still down a player. Haven't found any picks yet. Seeing the Nightfall come out. Are able to kind of avoid it here, but Drago finds a pick there onto Ace. As Peachy and Suga come up from behind the takedown shock. They take down Barry. They're still pushing through. Chomes finds Drago, but Mamra trades it out, and that is the entire team dead for UMass. SNHU are going to close out this half 9-3.
Very textbook retake. That's great Valorant. Love seeing that. Love seeing that.
It just feels a little, you know, it's one of the situations where it's just like, turn around, please. Watch behind you. Watch your flags.
I know, like, do you not hear it, like, sneaking up behind you a little bit? The answer is no. You don't hear that sound at all, but you're like, please, maybe this is like a little, like, maybe it's like a mouse sneaking around.
They didn't get that, like, tingle where they're like, is someone watching
Yeah,
me
that
right now?
spider sense.
No.
That sixth sense.
No danger sense for them, but unfortunately it is going to lose them out on that final round here. It is 9-3, so, I mean, this is the worst kind of possible scoreline where they can still come back.
Yeah, so with scorelines like this, it's very common for a team to try to, they get comfortable in their lead. They think, oh, we got 9 up, we only need 4 more to close out the game. They kind of relax a little bit, and that's how a lot of leads are thrown from this position.
Yeah, for UMass here, they just because of the way the economy is going to flow, they're going to be able to kind of get some decent rounds in. But Peachy with the head-ons here, he's clicking on heads.
And that's a hell of a way to open up a half.
And immediately you see so much utility come out into Peachy here. That Brim is just trying to stay alive. Dritch is able to take down Godell, holding close on this corner. Suka.
Now everybody's back on this side. I'd like to see Snoop not commit to this. Ooh, Suka on site.
It's a little bit of a wider peak than was anticipated. They're using the full range of that smoke. SNHU are going to back out now. They are still 3 strong, same as UMass here, but a little bit lower on health.
Yeah, moments like that is why the Brimstone is picked on maps like these. Brim smoked off both the entrance points for SNHU, mollied off a point, completely stopping the push and allowing his entire team to get onto backside before SNHU even sets 1 foot onto site. Now SNHU had to back out. So thankfully, they had a minute to work with. Now they get to walk back on every hit.
Caught a glimpse there of Ace's head, and Amra's going to be the one who goes down. Drago trying to get this spike. Planted flash goes out. Suka full blinded by it. Drago trying to win this fight. Is able to. Ace takes down Drago, but Suka trades it on out. It's a 1 versus 1.
And they're both died on 1 hit.
Ace is so low right now, just spraying through the Ferrari peak, takes him out. Suka with 3 kills is going to win this pistol round for SNHU.
Phenomenal work by Suka, realizing that he has a sheriff. Ace has, or he has a ghost, Ace has a sheriff. He does not need to be as accurate with his shots. He knows that Ace is low HP. He just run around and shoot.
Just keep running. Play Call of Duty for a little bit.
Let the RNG of the game win the round for him. Sometimes you got to let the game play for you.
This is an interesting situation we're seeing from UMass right now. They're forcing up here on the second round, and they kind of have to in the situation, because if SNHU continue to play like this, they're kind of skewed to win this round if UMass save. So they're trying to just get an upset here so they can get their actually get back into the game.
This will be an extremely important round for UMass. If UMass loses this, they're going to go into an 11.
Oh!
Great shot by Ace. That's what they want out of that force. If they lose this round, they're going to have zero money, $0 whatsoever in their second to last match point round. But if they win this, SNHU will be forced to save on the opposite round, and they'll get like a 2-round head start.
Going to be a big moment here for UMass here. And at the moment, they've kind of, I mean, the force-up has been revealed just with that opening kill. SNHU kind of know what they're playing into at this point. They start to try and push up here, but Barry finds the kill onto Drago. It's now a 5 versus 3 as SNHU struggle to find these kills. Suka just full blind, standing in the open, gets sprayed through. Ace hits 2 through the smoke, and Mara's going to be able to equal things up a little bit with Hidden Dritch. Godel also finding a kill. It's a 2 versus 3. Now Godel finds another.
Very close, very close. Now they know that they're in CT, so they can either come out of CT or through garage. Spike is not planted. They have time to work with.
One enemy remaining.
Not a lot of health to work with. Godel has to push into him because he has Spike.
And let's see which breach prevails.
Gonna be tough as they start to rotate around this point right here. You see the fault line come through, and he doesn't catch him. You see him second guess himself right there, but the force up's gonna work out for UMass there.
Barely, but it does, and that is great for them. And that those last 1v1 situations when you have no information, both players are just playing off their best guess. And it's really it's really about who gives away their position first. There with Alex, Godel, he got all the way out backside, did a full concuss and fully exposed where he was from while having no idea where Barry was, and that was ultimately what lost him the 1v1.
The information in situations like that is just so important. And for SNHU, we saw and it very much on the first map, we're really playing around the info here, definitely. Kind of trying to just play more so off of cutting up the site very effectively here, and it's been really working out for them so far, but see them start to break in immediately, and the full flash comes out. Suka hits some good hits.
Guardian Angel back at it again!
Find it! 2 kills for UMass, though. SNHU down to 3. The Blade Storm is out for UMass, so they do have some firepower to work with. They start to break through that smoke, pushing forward here. Dritch is able to find one on Godel, finds Drago as well. Barry finding that kill. Mamra going to be able to take down Barry, but Ace is going to secure a team ace for UMass there. Now 5-10.
And that's exactly what UMass wanted. They forced up, they won the round. SNHU has a bad buy, they win their previous round. Now it's a full gun versus full gun situation. Suka looking like he's not gonna have a full buy here, so they're gonna play for an ult torb and have him play knives.
I think that's pretty smart here. Just don't. Oh, actually, buy him up a gun. Why not?
All right, we'll save the knives for a rainy day.
Yeah, you know, just try and come out with some power here as opposed to trying to play safe. That is also a decent bet. But UMass here, they're gonna have that operator work with. They are gonna have the same firepower that SNHU have. So it's really gonna be all about how SNHU can play into UMass's defense.
Here.
UMass looking like they're leaning on the C side of the map, looking for a little bit of a split. Pretty common for teams to go 3 long and 2 garage.
Star pops open there, getting that smoke, but just taking it back, faking the smoke. SNHU are able to get a little bit of position off that, but they have committed their breach a little bit forward here. Godel has the fault line ready as Suka starts to push up. The Cloudburst comes through, blocking off that high platform. He will get counter concussed. As they just try and secure site right now, they don't know that Dritch is in that corner.
Backside. Great shot by Suka. Very impactful there. Now they have a full 5v4.
Great situation for them here. The Haunt comes out as well. Will get destroyed right away. Not going to find any info there. If it did, that would have been a quick and easy kill. But SNHU just playing back, holding safe.
Drago, Mamra playing back. They're going to look like they'll be playing post-plant while the other players are going to be on-site fighting.
Godel winning out that fight, and Suka able to take down Dritch before he finds Godel. Shock takes down Suka, but Mamra trades it right back out, and now it's all down to Chomes here, and with 5 health left, get out of there.
Yeah, good scrabbling up. $4,700 in 1 gun. Take that, leave, live another day. That is the gun they're going to be playing around on their following round. UMass does not have the money to play around to throw something like that away.
Every penny matters here because SNHU they're so close to closing in on match point right now that if they do find one more round, UMass have to play a perfect game. And actually for UMass there, They are going to pass the op over towards Shock, but they really have no money at all.
This is a tough situation for them. Rounds like these, yeah, Ace, Jet on the op, as expected, as is exactly what you want. Ace it is up to her right now to make an aggressive peek, to find that opening pick to really snowball this round. And it looks like her gambit is going to be on C-Long.
Yeah, just try and find an opening pick here, but SNHU, I mean, they really haven't been peeking C-Long to actually try and take fights that much this game, so probably not going to likely find something there, especially as SNHU start to kind of posture towards mid.
Yep. Once again, SNHU knows that their only gun is an operator, so it's really smart for them to avoid C-Long.
Oh!
We're getting some combat in mid now. Now SNHU has information.
Peachy just swapping sides, trying to get back to his team, avoiding some of this fire coming through. The Aftershock going to try to catch someone out, but SNHU are pushing Garage right now. Godel finds Ace, and Dritch on site.
Up.
See if he's able to find this Saul's shoulder for a second there, just jiggle peeking this. They got good info on where he was, and he rendezvous back onto the point. Mama's going to be able to find that kill, and Godel takes down Shock as well, tries to push forward here, but gets info on where Barry is now. Just the final two players for UMass here, and they really can't afford not to win this round.
Yeah, and they're going to have to work a miracle to get for it. SNHU has so much space, so much information. It is extremely difficult to make something happen from a place like this.
Oh! Suka finds those final two kills to clean things up. SNHU now on match point.
Yeah,
UMass here.
Upgrading his gun from a Stinger to a Vandal, but leaving the op on the ground. Does not want to deal with that the next round. You know, when you're an attacker, it's really hard to utilize the op. And also, if you're an attacker and you die and the enemy team takes the op, that's another headache you don't want to have to deal with.
Especially in a situation where UMass are really close to breaking their budget. You really cannot afford to just give them the opportunities to get back in the game like that. But they're going to have to play perfect from here on out. UMass cannot make a mistake here. They cannot mess things up in any way. And we're going to see the Astral Divide come out right away, just cut the map in half.
Yep, and most of UMass sitting on the opposite side of that wall, so no information going to get out of them.
See them just holding back, waiting. SNHU slowly moving forward into Garage. They are going to run Rich here in a second. PG is able to find that kill, though, and that is huge as UMass start to try and make their way on over towards C, but SNHU are already entrenched.
Barry does have a breach out, though. They will be able, and there's the commitment. They're going to be executing now.
Ace from behind finds PG. Suka goes down. Drago's been great out with Chomes, but it's 4 kills from UMass right away. It's just Drago left, and he's off site. Spike isn't planted. He's going to have to fight a 1 versus 3. Pushing forward here. He's shocked, able to find that kill, but he's caught reloading. He doesn't die.
Guardian Angel once again. If he gets another kill here, that's great. He just wants to break as much economy as he can.
Faultline comes out. He's concussed around this corner. They're not pushing him, though. He's pushing up for a little bit of a better angle.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left. Draco's got all the time in the world to make whatever decision he wants to make. He's going to have to push out to Ace, though, and just spraying around that corner, not able to win that fight. Ace finds their 3rd kill. They hang on now 12-6.
Now, that is obviously a very important round for UMass to win because, well, if they lost, they would have lost the game. But they still had to commit 2 full ultimates, the Breach ult and the Brim ult, to secure that retake. They're not going to have a lot to work with this next round.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tough. Resources are definitely stretched thin here. And for SNHU, I mean, this is kind of the moment, right, where you do see, like, you get match point and then you lose a round. You just have to be like, you get in your head a little bit, you know, because you've seen so many times where it's like someone's at match point, and then they lose 5 rounds in a row, and it just keeps slipping away.
And then they go through overtime, and then all that, like, the anxiety starts building up, and you're like, no way, this is happening to me. I can't believe this is happening to me.
This is a mental game right now.
Yep. So right now, they called a timeout. Amazing time to call a timeout. Let's make sure that their mental is reset, that they know that they just need 1 round to win, but to not play that last round any different than the 12 rounds they just won previously.
Yeah, they know that they can win this, right? It is just a consistency thing. They have to just kind of not get complacent. They got to figure out what they're doing wrong and just be able to kind of isolate that and start to play like they were. But for SNHU, we're going to see how they play around this. They do have a Rolling Thunder to work with right now, as well as coming close to that tour de force. But like we were talking about, UMass are starting to run a little bit thin on those ultimates. They do have Nightfall, but not much else other than that.
Yeah, so it looks like they are going to play off that tour de force. They're going to have to play for an ult up somewhere. Looks like they're going to Honestly, I don't know where they're going to fight for that ult orb. They really need that. That Chamber's probably going to lurk up C-Long for it.
See them start to kind of play up towards A side here, but yeah, this Chamber just holding around C. It's going to be a really deep ult orb for him to try and fight for.
Yeah, but now he just got information that their Breach and Jet are A-Long, so he should safely know that there shouldn't be anybody C-Long. Drago is nearby though, but he's not going to fight him. Chamber is going to get that ult orb.
As he pushes forward here, they're going to have a good idea of where he is as soon as he pops this Tour de Force. If he does it right away, if he holds on to it, then things are... There it is. But Ace finding that kill onto Peachy there. Doesn't have very much health left to work with afterwards. That getting chipped down from that fight. SNHU just trying to get control of mid. They are down a player, which is not something you want to see right now, but they're still holding on to that Rolling Thunder. Could potentially be an opportunity for them if they find themselves in the right spot.
The Chamber repositioning to C-Long, but it does look like they're going to commit to the B push. Now let's see if they decide to commit to Breach up as well.
Dash getting powered up here. Suka has to try and play
30
forward here
seconds
very
left.
quickly. Gonna dash out of the smoke after the flash
Phenomenal
comes through.
timing by
Punish. Chomes. But Shock gonna trade right
Last
back.
player
Mamra go
standing.
down. Suka all go down. It's
Spike
just down to
down.
Drago once again. Catches Barry with his knife out, but Shock finds the final kill in UMass, bringing 7 to 12.
Ace absolutely ending that push all by herself. Phenomenal gunplay by her. Suka, amazing timing on that dash, really playing off the audio cues of the enemy fade by hearing that she has an ability out and
Place some
she's
stars
not
in
going to be able to
astral
stop.
plane. Should
Now for UMass, right, they're starting to build their way back up. They're starting to get some money to work with. SNHU, look at their economy
Right
right
there.
now. If they lose another round, they might have to save.
They'll have to save.
Rise
And then
and
now,
bring
this
glory.
is the scariest part about a comeback. That save a round, force buy, save a round, force it buy. Now every round they lose is almost as if they're losing 2 rounds. So that comeback is going to sneak up on them.
They really just need to try and play super composed here. And for
Here.
UMass, this is exactly the kind of situation that they want to be in right now. Yes, they're at match point, but now that they've kind of gotten through this barrier of taking these first few rounds, they might be able to actually start kind of climbing back up. But Ace peeking up on Drago, might catch him in astral form, though. He's got to put himself away. But he didn't look at him. Ace didn't check the corner.
That is so good for SNHU. They committed the breach ult, they got the C site, fate for the retake ult, but they stopped the push.
That Haunt getting a lot of info there. Almost taking it down, but Peachy gonna take down Shock. Will get traded out by Dritch. Suka trades that one out. Now Barry on the corner.
And now Peachy, Chamber, still on B side.
Whoa.
SNHU has a lurk on the site. Looking like he's going to loop around all the way to C-Long
Oh
though.
no. Just 2 players left.
Now Peachy does have an ultimate to use for this post-point situation.
Tour de Force a good spot
But it's
for
not
it.
playing for him. Oh, it
One
is.
enemy
Oh.
remaining.
Taz in a great spot.
He doesn't even need to peek this. He doesn't even need to peek this.
They
He
just
has
need to
to
play
wait.
off the time.
Got to be kidding me.
Gotta fake it. Drago goes out to confirm it, and
Yeah,
now
well
Jones
played.
doesn't have
UMass
enough time to
Throwing
close
in the
it
towel.
out.
Great round by
Attackers
SNHU. Great
win.
lurk, great execute, holding off the counter push. A little scary, but it's a 1 round.
That's the kind of post-plant situation I've been wanting to see from SNHU for a while. Because they've been playing compositions that do so well in these post-plant situations, but they've never been able to really get into these situations without just killing the entire enemy team
Yeah,
first
exactly.
or
Like,
just losing everything on the first push.
Yeah, I'd love to see more stars on the bomb, more ops holding those angles. We got on the last round. We saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, and that's really what I want to see, especially, I mean, going into our next map after this, which will be Pearl, should be pretty interesting to see exactly how this one gets played. Now let's go ahead and look at the player of the match here. Suka playing
Appropriately named
that
this time.
Jet, yep. Got everything here together. 26 eliminations, 360 ACS, 5. Just a monster.
A monster.
He is a
That's the Chamber
crazy
player.
round.
That's the Jet player.
Did he do
That's,
push-ups?
I know. He's not a push-up kind of guy.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
It's fine. Alex did the push-ups for him.
That's true. He
In
did the
spirits.
push-ups for the team.
Yes, for the team. Alex dropped his score a little bit those games, but for the team.
He
Alex banging his knee
almost
on
just fell
something.
over.
He may be able to do 40 push-ups, but not the most athletic guy.
We're gonna take a break. Make sure he's all right. We'll be back in just a little bit with Pearl. Game 3 to decide it all.
On the east side of the map, they're set together, but SNHU with a great top down here.
Mamra finds 2, and there's still.
Break down. C. 30 seconds left.
Far now gets caught up by Mamra. Whew.
And they
That is hit out by Dritch. Good find Godel. Basuka is good for 2. Holding back in this corner. Still has his dash ready. Springthrough is able to find one, but Barry catches him on the reload.
Shot.
He is nearsighted. Peach on the corner, just the right time. Peachy's already there, and he's able to find that shot onto Ace. It's down to the last player here. It's only Barry. They go down. Potentially be big if they're not ready to punish him when the flash goes out. Time's out. He's back in it. He's ready. He's able to find 1. He's able to find 2. He goes down. Shock trade. Kind of taking different hemispheres right now as you see that laser come out. Amra peeks through, and they're not ready for it. Entire team breathing down his neck. He's able to get 1.
Hard to get out of there. He's fine though. He just walks out. He's fine.
He's barely staying alive. Godel will be able to. This could be bad though. Dritch coming up from behind. He's not ready for it. He's going to be able to find the last 2. And he has been. Time's out. We'll see Dritch through the smoke just in time. And he gets away with it. On to Ace. PG. That's going to come up from behind the takedown. Shock the takedown. Barry to still push through Combs. Finds Dragon, but Bomber trades it out. Get some decent rounds in for PG.
Everybody grabbing this side. Like this is
Player trying to win this fight is able to. Ace takes that Dragon. Super trades it on out. It's a 1 versus 1.
The whole night of 1 hit.
Low right. Dragon is off 5 versus 3. That's what they do. Still super full blind. It's been really working out for them so far, but he's going to start to break in immediately. The full flash comes out. Suka hits some good hits.
Guardian Angel back at it.
Good info on where he was, and he rendezvous back onto the point. Mama's going to be able to find that kill, and Godel takes down Shock as well. Tries to push forward here, but gets.
Extremely difficult to make something happen from a place like this.
Oh. Powered up here. He's going to dash out of the smoke after the.
Way off the time.
Megan Drago goes out to confirm it, and now Jones doesn't. Hello and welcome back to SNHU Esports. We're going into our third map of the night, Pearl, for SNHU versus UMass Lowell. This has been a really good set so far. UMass came out with a first great map, Ascent. They absolutely tore it up on. Haven, we came back and immediately, just punched right back up and had a great map overall.
Yep. After that second map, I noticed that the 40 push-ups go to deal worked. They did perform phenomenally, so I went back there and made sure he did more push-ups.
How many did he do this time?
He got the 35. He targeted himself out a little bit.
Oh.
He targeted himself out a little bit.
Really?
Hopefully it doesn't affect his aim. If it does, my bad, guys. My bad.
If he's bottom of the leaderboard, you know who to play. Send all your hate over here.
I'll happily take it on. But they have high morale, so they got this. They got this. It's Pearl. It's their best map.
This is their most practiced map right now, and I'm really excited to see exactly how they get into this and exactly what they do, because we have hardly seen Pearl. I think we've seen Pearl once on stream before, which has been. It was really cool last time we got to see it, but I want to see more how different teams approach it, what kind of strategies they use. I want to see more everything about this map, because I really like this map.
Yeah, that's just the nature with just whatever is the newest map of the game. It's people a little afraid to put like their people are already afraid to put their RR on it. They see Pearl, they're like, new map, I don't know it well, I'm gonna dodge. It's a lot more scary to put your matches into this. This is league. This is potential championships, playoffs, maybe scholarship money down the line. It's a scary thing to put that into the faith of a map that hasn't been developed yet. A meta hasn't been developed around it yet. As you can see, for the first time today, we don't have a mirror comp. SNHU playing 2 controllers, UMass playing Sage. That's a very rare champion to see, and I'm excited to see how that Sage gets utilized, because I don't know.
Yeah, Sage is, you used to see that character like literally all the time, because there used to be so much Icebox on this stream. I think we've played Icebox maybe once so far in this semester on stream. It's just been, not quite as popular as it used to be. So seeing the Sage come back out is very interesting. Also, another kind of Viper map. It seems to be kind of agreed upon from both teams here. Really, the only other one we have is Bind. So that's going to kind of impact things very much. Your post-plant situation is going to be a lot more kind of punishing and deadly.
Yeah, Viper really good at holding down the B side with her orb, and also able to assist both mid, art, and A main with her wall. But another note for the team comp, SNHU Yellow, going back to not playing any duelists. They have their 2 controllers, they have their 2 initiators, so they're looking to play an information-heavy game.
Drago here just so deep on the site right now. A weird spot, gonna jump, get a ton of info there.
Yeah,
saw the entire team pushing
Full
up.
rotates coming in from SNHU off of that. Knives out, everybody sprinting on over. And here it is, Viper working at you. The orb's up, ball is out, that push is stopped. SNHU gets to come over to B site, and now they are ready for a 5v5 fight.
Yeah, they are completely stacked up, ready for each other. And seeing the wall come back up from UMass, the Viper's Bite go deep in there. Does a little bit of damage over towards Drago. He's going to heal that one right back up. Godell holding on to this. Molly trying to send it right in. Gets it right on the other side of the wall and gets the kill on Shock.
Phenomenal timing on that. That's going to send UMass into a frenzy. It's going to cause a lot of chaos for them.
That just, what a perfect Molly that goes through right now. Just completely delayed them even more. They have to worry about this Viper utility being a backup. Have to worry about that again, and this Sage wall is not going to last that much longer.
And somehow the bomb, the spike got over past the Sage wall. So SNHU has full control over the spike.
Oh, no! Drago finding 2 as they just back up into him. He finds a 3rd, trying to find a 4th at distance. Got a little bit too cocky, though, and Ace going to be able to find that kill into Drago, but Mom trades it right back out. SNHU holding onto this pistol round, still 4 strong, and already you can see how much practice they put in this map.
That is a phenomenal map, phenomenal round by Drago. Everything by that is like, he stopped the push, got his teammates grouped up, was able to lurk out behind the screen during all that chaos, and then got 3 kills off of it.
And the utility was fantastic. I just cannot be understated how hard utility won that round for SNHU, because they just completely zoned off UMass there, and they didn't really have a backup plan. Pushing into B, there's not a lot of ways you can really abort your current course.
Yeah, this map is so long. If you're already up on B onto like they were already up onto site. The rotate to get from there to the other site is so much longer than the defenders rotate. They're just gonna get there before you decide to rotate off.
Bring them down.
We're sending that Prowler out, trying to find anything with it, trying to get some info there, but will expire. Not going to find anything off of that. As we're seeing a very different kind of game in this round right now. Ace holding on to this door with, I believe that is that Shorty. Yeah, just waiting, maybe trying to cheat something out here, but Suka on the other side. A little bit of a scary situation for Ace, but this mid is so separated by that center platform that he's kind of safe right here.
Yeah, so Alex, realizing that his Chambers trip is right there in front of him, he's not going to push back that. He's not going to walk into that Shorty. He knows that that trip is protecting him, so there's no reason for him to risk his gun by pushing this.
UMass just starting to back up here. Ace will take down that trademark before it spots him out, but that info is going out either way. Suka holding up close, takes a little bit of damage for it. Rendezvousing back out. And now, don't worry about the whole team running by. That sage wall flies up, and now SNHU are running on over to the other end.
And now Ace is going to sit there with the Shorty. Now this is where the Shorty gets scary.
This is so scary. Drago's able to find Dritch, though. He's in a deep spot right now, a very awkward position for UMass, but Shock's able to take him out as he gets tethered.
That's a 44. SNHU. Oh, PG up one.
Trying to play around this. Spike is down for UMass. Run down the timer. Shock takes some damage there. They got info on him.
And there's Ace on the flank. Let's see what she gets.
Oh no, Peachy goes down, so does Suka. The Shorty's doing work and he pulls out this. No way. He found 3 off of that and he was just working with the Shorty. To begin with, it's just Godell now. Able to find one. Little bit of value there. He does have to worry about both ends here. Shock peeks out, is able to take him down. A thrifty run for UMass, upsetting a little bit of the order of this half.
Yeah, very unorthodox start for the most part. Ace, huge impact from that lurk. Really waited out, found that perfect opportunity to finally push out and find those picks. Two kills with the Shorty, got a gun, got another kill, completely took over the round.
Just those lurks are so powerful. You have to have someone watching your flank at all times, especially with how much UMass really love to play around these lurks. Both Ace and Dritch have just been so consistently finding value on that, and SNHU definitely have to be very conscious of that playing forward.
Now Jacob putting up a pretty aggressive Viper Wall to see if he can push up B long, and he gets the pick on Ace.
Big flash there. Peachy is trying to get right back out. Godell getting some value off of that knife. Draco will go down, overextending just a little bit there. Shock finding that kill, but it's a 4 versus 4. Both sides equal advantage, but SNHU definitely going to be spread a lot more thin than UMass.
Yeah, it's SNHU is still down on the gun advantage part of the map.
Them in.
UMass kind of stuck here in mid. Suka pushes up forward here.
And they don't
Trigger
know about
discipline.
Suka. Suka can get
Teleport's
a lot of value from this lurk here.
Teleport's broken.
Starting to watch behind, but then pushes forward. He's able to find Barry backing up now. He's only got 1 shot left in the chamber. Drift's going to back up. Shock tries to take this, sees his shoulder. Going to fire off some shots. Suka's able to cross to the other end. UMass right now, clock's burning down. They've got 40 seconds left, but A site is completely open, and that's where they're headed.
And Suka out of headhunter shot, so now he is severely nerfed in his ability to get that amazing pick by Pichu.
30 seconds left.
Pushing through, that trademark is destroyed, so gonna get info that they are there. But
Spike
UMass,
planted.
it's a 2 versus 3 right now. Peachy still up. Slowfield comes out just to burn some time.
Yeah, SNHU looks like they're gonna just wait out the slow field. An unorthodox stage wall. They could
This
walk on top of
wall.
it if they really wanted to. And Godell going for it.
It's a scary wall for them to be working with. He's hard stepping up there, and Shock is gonna catch him out. It was bait.
Yeah, it was.
Last player standing.
Ooh.
Jones just saw his gun peek through that smoke, and UMass hang on to this lead now 2-1 as they take things further. They're going to have guns on this round. It's very much an awkward state of the economy right now, but SNHU going to be able to fully buy up. UMass getting close to it. They're probably going to be able to fully buy up here. Maybe play around this Blade Storm. They're at 6 out of 7 there, but very interesting state of the game right now. Very much up in the air.
Yeah, UML, they have a lot of money, so they're not too worried about the economy side of the game, but SNHU, they have a lot of stress out. They've invested an op onto the table, so if they lose this round, it's going to be really hard to get back momentum. And they invested a Viper ultimate. Super important round for them now.
Yeah, now, but it's on the other side of the map right now, so they got to find a way to actually force UMass back to considering A side here, because they actually are getting walled off completely by that wall. There's a lot of control here.
Yeah, so there we go. Amra clearing out mid with the dog, with the prowler. Now they know that the close mid is clear, but they don't know about this current spot where UML is in.
Amra so close right here. The timing, they backed off just in time. Ace barely not just poking past that wall, and will walk up here.
But it looks like they will have a fight here.
The timing again. Neither of them know that the other is there, but I think Amra might have just gotten spotted out. Ace finding that kill.
Timing going into Ace's favor. We still have the Viper ult though. That's one. Got spotted out by the Fade Eye. One of the only ways to really deal with the Viper ultimate. Spotting out with the Sova drone, the Sova dart, Fade utility. Drops the ult. Now they have A site.
And they are deep in there. That Viper going down is very, very unfortunate. But fortunately, UMass don't have theirs, but Ace is going to be able to catch Suka on the rotation through that crawl space. Peachy fires back, takes down Chomes. Now a 2 versus 3. More so a 2 versus 2. Ace isn't on the site right now, but he's going to be right behind them in just a second. Dritch finds a kill before rendezvousing out. Peachy, he is stranded right now. He'll be able to take down Ace and
There's
Dritch,
Peachy.
but there's one more.
And now Peachy knows exactly where Fade is.
Just took those smokes out, and the Vortex with
so
the Haunt
tough.
sees him.
Come now, come. Defuse.
It's tethered. He's running out of time.
And that's
Can't
not
hear it.
enough.
Yeah, it's going to be too late for him. Peachy, unfortunately, found 3 kills there, but it was not enough. Barry escaping with his life. UMass now 3-1, but these rounds are close.
Definitely a tough battle for Peachy. Can't fault them for putting such a show for us. But Ace really outmaneuvering SNHU right now. On the bonus round, got 2 amazing picks with Destroyed, and that last round, got the timing on Amra, lurked up into the back sight, got caught up by Peachy at the end there, but Ace is making so much space for UMass right now. And playing very unorthodox from the first 2 maps, because before, UMass was sitting on top of each other and executing together. They're just letting Ace run free, and Ace is doing a lot with that freedom.
Suka finds the opening pick, but Godel is left dead in the water. Gets caught out there, and B Long is a 4 versus 4. UMass pretty committed to this B push right now.
Yeah, they'll happily take a 1-for-1 trade. They lost. They're even in players, but they're up in space.
Wall goes out again, just trying to spray that one down, but it's going to fully solidify there. PG is trying to spray through. We'll see Dritch for a second. The Viper's pick goes out. Chomes finds a pick onto Mamra there. Suka, he's seen better days right now. Only 34 HP to work with. Ace is going to peek him and just take him out like that, but Drago is able to trade that one out.
Let's see if SNHU works with this.
Finds another.
There you go. Making something happen. So low on HP, though.
Last player standing.
Such
Let's see
a
if
hard
Peachy can make some magic happen again.
shock is just right there. Peachy dropping directly on top of him. UMass continuing to build up here, but still a situation where, I mean, they're starting to build up their lead economically. SNHU are still holding on to enough to buy.
For SNHU, there is a little bit of silver lining for the last round. They were able to get 3 kills. Now with that, UML is down money, down net money. Not that much, but still down a little bit. And they also committed a Viper ult on a round where SNHU only has Sheriffs and Stingers. It's very powerful ultimate and very difficult to deal with if you're a defender trying to retake sites. So you're always a little bit happy that you had to deal with that when you had bad guns. You're going to lose it. And Suka, another pick off the bat, and Ace getting another pick right off of it. It's a battle between First Bloods.
Yeah, UMass unfortunately coming up with the short end of the stick. They're 2 down. SNHU still 4 strong. We'll see the res come out to even up those odds. A good usage of that, getting it right at the start of the round. Gives them a very new set of resources to work with here.
Yeah, so both teams not in control of a lot of space here. UML does have that mid control. Nobody's sitting in art though, so SNHU is looking like they have a pretty weak A side of the map right now, but they do have a chamber, a chambers team. So it does look like UMass is going to win the A side of the map.
They're getting some info there, but nothing he didn't know already. UMass still holding up in mid. Rough situation for them right now, but they also do have that chamber on B long with the Tour de Force. He's going to immediately start to back up, and it looks like they're beginning to posture over towards A main.
Yeah. Hitting the 30-second marks when teams usually want to start executing. You never want to start executing when that timer starts turning red, starts turning to that sub 15 seconds.
30 seconds left.
This is an A commit now. Let's see if SNHU snuffs this out.
See, only really one player on A side here. They do have a potential rotation to come in quickly, but not a super great situation for this hold. It's just going to be Amra to kind of hold off the Vanguard as they push
10
in.
seconds
Chomes
left.
not getting any information, holding back. Very smart just to sit back and wait. And actually push forward, but Ace is right there, and he scopes it. There's the worst time possible. Suka goes down. Ace finding another kill on that lurk. Drago pushing forward here, not able to find that kill on Dritch, who was ready for him. Godell's able to trade it out, though. Now a 3 versus 2, that Haunt not finding anything. UMass get themselves cozy here on site. Ace able to find Godell. It's all down to Amra at the moment. Is able to find Shock. Ace half health. Will he be able to finish this off? Amra's running out of time. Gotta try and play forward here. Run out of info. Chome's gonna be able to exploit that, find that headshot there, close out that round 5-1. UMass are close to securing an even half.
Yeah, and Ace, once again, finding those timings on SNHU. And let me tell you, that is frustrating. That really gets in your head because you're like, no, they're not better than me. They're just luckier than me. They're just luckier than me. You keep telling yourself that. You keep telling yourself. But Ace is putting up consistent 2 and 3Ks on these rounds. So taking a timeout, they're going to figure that out.
There has been so many situations in this game alone where it's been just like 2 people playing Ring Around the Rosie on a box. Just unfortunately, like neither of them know the other is there until like someone's shoulder shows around the corner, and then the jig is up. Everyone knows. But it has been kind of a rough half for SNHU. Obviously, they're down 5 rounds in a row. They had a really solid first round, but now that they're actually getting into a situation where both teams have guns, both teams have full resources here, UMass, the way they've been playing, the way they've changed up their playstyle from these last 2 maps seems to really be benefiting them.
Yeah, SNHU is not ready for this type of gameplay. You know, they adjusted their game plan for Haven, and it worked amazingly, but once again, they're going to have to figure out how to counter this new gameplay. This time, they're going to have to do it in-game, on the fly. And this is what this timeout's for, so let's see what they think of.
Hopefully, they're able to find something good off of that, get some good conversation in there. SNHU do have plenty of ultimates to work with, so they're going to have a lot in the bank of actually making plays and trying to just, you know, outpower UMass here. But they're going to have to use these pretty wisely because there hasn't been a lot of situations where they've really been at full force in these, you know, kind of post-plant situations.
SNHU losing a lot of players in this first, like, opening 15 seconds. So once again, I'd like to see them play a little bit back and just commit to a retake now with their better ultimates.
There you go, looking to peek this. Will jump it, get some info there, back off. Still hold on to that stinger. This is a save round for SNH. It's going to be a little hard for them. Chomes pushing forward here, has to win this fight.
Good trade, though. That's what we want.
Godell takes that. Shock finds 2, though, and Godell just not quite ready for that peak. It's a 2 versus 4.
Super impactful set of kills for Shock, because if SNHU trades that out, now they have 2 guns that they can work with, they can take and make some magic with. Ace once again pushed up. Got
some info there. Got him just around the corner, but Ace so quick on the draw. Able to beat out Amra, though. This could be scary. Amra's finally able to put that final shot right in his head. It's a 1 versus 3, though.
For once, SNHU will be getting the timing on Ace. But bomb planted on A. Ace has every sight line covered. Or UMass every sight line covered. A lot of space. Very difficult situation for Amra.
Oh no, Dritch just peeking up through that window, heard the Prowler go out, knew exactly where Mamra was, and UMass have secured that even half here for SNHU. They spent the tour de force last round. They're still holding on to 3 pretty big ultimates here. Could potentially make a lot of plays off these. We'll see the Odin come out from Drago.
The Odin, not a very traditional gun to use, especially on the B site where Drago is playing. There's not a lot of wall bangable spots. There are the few like plant spots, like maybe behind that screen or those orange boxes in the back site, but that's the gun you buy when you're a little tilted. You get a few kills with it. It puts a smile on your face. It's just that big hulking gun that's the brrrr.
Saw you buy that gun a lot when you were on stream.
It feels good. It feels good. It puts a smile on my face.
It is very, very satisfying to get kills to the through walls, but Suka's able to find one, traded out by Ace, but Mamra trades that one out, and now it's SNHU up a player, 4 versus 3 at the moment. UMass running out of options, and there's still plenty of time left on the clock.
Yeah, Godell pushed up in a great spot for their B push. Steven on B site, watching the top. And now we have our Astra coming in from CT.
This takes too long to get spooled up there. Godell's going to be able to trade it out, take down Dritch, but Barry fires right back, and it's now turned into a 2 versus 2.
Yeah, those long-range gunfights are not the ones you want to take with the Odin. Put a lot of damage on the board, though. Will help out his team.
Yeah, both those players around half health at the moment. Shock getting this spike down. The Nightfall goes through. I believe that is both of them deafened right now. Both of them being tracked. Going to fire one right on back, and now things are pretty even for both sides here, but with the K coming through, is still going to make things a little bit more lethal for UMass.
Everybody on the field right now are at 0 out of 0 util. This is what Valorant is supposed to be. Pure gunfight. This is what we want out of a tactical shooter.
Good, honest Valorant right now is able to get it to half. Barry's right around this corner.
We're going to take the gunfight here.
Seize goes out, but Mamra wins that one and going to be able to defuse this spike. SNHU getting their head back in the game, 2-6, breaking this cold streak.
Got something on the board. Morale's starting to get a little something going. Still lost 4 players. The money's looking bad. Winning this round, though, is what really resets that mental game. It's what really puts that flow back in your game, and that's how SNHU works to get towards another 6-6.
I think something scary here that I'm noticing is that, you know, UMass are starting to get that Viper's Pit back again. So these post-plant situations are going to be really bad here for UMass. SNHU are going to have to find an ult orb or a kill if they want to be able to get theirs. So they're not going to have it off the rip. They're not going to be able to shut down any immediate pushes. But for UMass, if they're able to kind of sink their teeth into a site, they can really make it hurt for SNHU.
Yeah, Peachy playing safe on the back site. A lot of util tends to get thrown into this spot, so let's see how he would handle that situation once they decide to execute A site. They do have 2 players pushing down B long very loudly. They are trying to sell this, and Godell buys it.
They're just shooting at nothing right now, just to try and sell it right now. These are actors at the moment, but now as the real execution comes in, Mamra's going to be able to take down Ace on A site here. That Odin's still doing some work over there. Peach is able to find that pick onto Chomes, and now suddenly the fake push is looking a lot stronger than the real push as 2 players are dead on A site. Spike is in SNHU's control. I'm not sure if they know they have Spike in their control yet.
Need that back.
They should have gotten the notification that the spike was planted, so through deductive reasoning, they should be able to figure out where it is, but Chamber, UML on a phenomenal fight. UML just wants to sit here outside of A main and let Chamber work something out.
Does
Godell
Godell
does
the
lift him up,
timing?
though.
He's able to spot him here, but he's forced to drop, and he is able to get the info at the very least, but not a good range to take that gunfight. Spike recovered for UMass. The Viper's Pit goes out. The Odin goes through. Suka goes down. And now that's going to be the spike getting planted here as Shock gets caught out in this Viper's Bite. You can say now, Mamra and Dragon finds 2 kills. Dritch comes through, takes 2 of his own. 1 versus 1, 1 shot each.
Fish concealment.
He's going to try and hold this.
It's going to get a timing, looks like.
Looked at the wrong angle, and Dritch with 4 kills is going to be able to clutch out this round. 7-2 UMass, guaranteed to go positive in this half, but SNHU, it's going right down to the wire now.
Yep. UML, Dritch putting a lot of work in that last round. Again, that lurk was super impactful. That's what allowed them to get that Viper ult onto the site. Peachy did put up a great fight on backside A, but again, wasn't enough to really close it out. So SNHU has to do another save. It's going to be another tough round to win for them.
Now looking at the situation they've got here, that Viper wall is going to cut off a lot of space on the A side of the map, but UMass aren't even looking in that direction. 4 agents detected by that knife from Godell, but we're not seeing the rotation come out yet.
Yeah. Now they know that their Chamber likes to lurk, so they're pushing out. They're taking that A main space, that mid space, but they're doing it slowly. They're still concerned about that 1 lurk player.
The Seize comes out, is going to be able to lock down Godell. The rest of his team getting back. We're seeing a big flank coming out here from SNHU, but these 3 players close to the site, they're kind of grouped up, and they're going to have to really wait for this flank to come through. They're going to have to pop that trademark in just a second. Actually going to smoke it off.
Yeah, popping smoke past the trademark. So now UML will not know that they are pushed past that trademark. Let's see if SNHU can take that elbow control. Draco does have ult though. To gain enough of that side space back, he might commit here.
He finds 2 with the Odin, and now it's just a slaughterhouse. UMass finding 5 quick kills, shutting things down, just continuing to build this lead further and further.
Yeah, rounds like that is when you really wish you had a slightly better gun, because Peachy and Mamra had such an amazing flank on B, but that sightline is so long they simply could not get the damage they needed out of just their classics and sheriffs.
We're seeing the Odin come out from Godel now. Seeing representation on both sides from this.
Yeah, that's the impact that Odin has on the game. Once one person buys an Odin, it's like a truce players have, where they agree not to buy the Odin, but once one player buys it, the truce is broken, people will go crazy with it.
It's like the auto sniper in CS. You know, no one wants to buy it, but if you're gonna buy it, I guess I will.
Yeah, exactly.
Shock's able to find an opening pick there onto Drago.
Yeah, and now fully freeing up the B site where the plant actually is. And that's the Odin at work, baby. That's how you want to use that gun.
Unfortunate spacing. Gonna see a Molly come out from Godel. Pop this one out. Gonna go a little bit wide there. Not gonna find the plant spot.
A little bit more rehearsal. Oh, and there it is.
Spray and pray. Just hold down that trigger and hope that they are sitting where you need them to.
And Alex has access to both of his flashes. Now he knows what that is. He can just light it up again with the Odin.
He's going to tear through this wall. Needs to reload for a second, though. Still 4 strong from UMass, and now only 3 from SNHU as Peachy gets caught out. Spray through this. Trying to find the right angle here. Can't quite find it. Godel goes down. Amra goes down. UMass 9-2.
Good stuff. Very scary situation to be for SNHU Yellow. Here, you buy up with whatever money you have, and you pray you can get that 9-3 half.
Yeah, not much that they really have to work with here. It's going to be very, very scary. They're going to need to make great usage of these ultimates to really try and carry a lot of the weight that they're really lacking with some of these guns.
Now, if they can get onto a site, if you're in a Viper ultimate with a Spectre, that's a pretty good gun to have in it. The gun fires fast, you can move pretty fast in it. And with the Viper ult taking down the enemy's HP to 1 HP, you don't need that much power in the gun.
Definitely a good situation for that, but you see SNHU bringing out the Viper Spit early. The Blade Storm comes out, but Ace gets shut down. Suka will find himself falling as well, but the Nightfall going to go out. He's going to be able to catch the whole team right here. Actually, only catches it safe. The rest of them just sidestepping it. Godel finds 2, though. Shock trades him out, but the damage has already been done. SNHU now up 1. UMass in a strange spot right now with that Viper Spit.
Oh, a very good dink. Now, that little bit of gun damage will probably force UML to leave the site or leave mid and go towards B. Now, unfortunately for SNHU, they don't have anyone on B, so they might be forced to play a retake if UMass takes the space quickly.
They don't have the Nightfall for that retake either, spending it to kind of secure some space in mid. That's why we see Amra already starting to rotate over. They cannot allow a retake situation to happen.
And now they're pushing it to CT. So now they're really looking to get a lurk kill. But Drago is anticipating it. If they push down that sewer, they are not living.
Oh, no.
Hello.
They both come down, but they're ready for it.
That's an amazing shot by Chomes.
30 seconds left.
They suspected someone might be there, and he's able to find another fight there. Does get halved, but probably going to be able to heal himself in time. See him slowly ticking back up. It's all down to Drago to try and bring this half to a decent state.
And now they walled off where he is. It's just he's going to have to make a lot of noise, so now they'll know exactly where he's coming from.
Situation to be in, but we'll see that Viper's fight does go out, just forcing that utility through. The slow orb goes out, the Viper orb goes out, everything in this little corridor.
Yeah, it's very tough for him, very tough for him. He's got to wait out the smoke to go off. Viper probably has another molly to slow him down. There's another slow in hand.
Coming through, running in onto site, Saul Shock's leg for a second, runs through, finds one, but can't find that final kill, and Shock is going to close out the half 10-2. A scary scoreline.
Definitely a scary scoreline. Now, this is where stories are made. Moments like these is when you really break through as a player and really show your stuff. The moments like these gets written down in history books.
They gotta find a way to surpass their limits. They gotta power up here. Need to find a new Super Saiyan level right now, because SNHU at the moment 2-10 is so rough for them. They got to play perfect in this game. If UMass win the pistol round, they could win the game off of that alone.
Yeah, it's going to be a very important pistol round, but it will give them a lot of momentum if they run away with it. Looking like they're going to be leaning for a 5-man B execute just all the way down long. And UMass does seem like they have a weak B-side with just the chamber on there.
SNHU start to run through. That smoke goes out. Just faking it, though. Buying a brief window there. But Dritch is in this corner.
And he hears them. He's yelling to his teammates, they're B, they're B, they're B, and UMass fully rotating over.
Drago finds an opening pick on Ace, though. Does lose a lot of health in the process, but now Dritch is in a weird spot. That Prowler takes a lot of bullets. Rendezvous out, gets a shot in on one player there, but Godell is still good. He's still alive, still takes down Shock. And now UMass, they are smoked out right now. Peachy gets that spike down. Bomber getting nearsighted here, but SNHU still 5 strong. Don't let these health bars fool you. These players are alive right now, and Peachy's going to find a kill on Chomes there. Drago gets traded out. Barry finding that kill now, 4 versus 2. UMass 2 players, they are at full strength right now, but still a hard situation to be in. Dritch is able to find one. You see the knife go out. Take away that headhunter there. Peaks. Barry's able to find that kill. Peachy trades it on out. Looking to find this last shot. He is
standing.
1. Dritch is so low right now. Suka can really just try and play for time right now. Dritch trying to hold it to half. But Suka is able to find that kill, and SNHU have just opened the door for this game. UMass had so much to win off of that pistol round, but SNHU are going to be the ones to claim it.
Yep, and that's how it starts. It's 1 round at a time. Here, you can't think about the scoreline. It is just, what do I do right now to win this round? And UMass trying to go for a counter force here. They just want to end the game now. They don't want to even give them the chance to build up any momentum.
They have to try and carry this so far. And if UMass do go down in this round, if SNHU are able to hold against this force buy, they have so much space to work with. But we'll see. UMass very easily could try and pull something off here on this defensive side. With Ace and the shorty here, you would hate to see. Actually, with the Stinger this close, is able to get a few shots on Monroe, but she's going to be able to win out that fight. Barry's caught with the utility out. PG finds another. That's 2, 3 down for
Great
UMass.
timings by Snoo here. This is going to put them really far in the lead in terms of economy. This is the momentum they need.
4-1, just Chomes left.
And Snoo looks like they know where Sage is. They got their sightlines on her. Planted on A, going to B main or A main. Now they have a lot of space to work with.
And this is the worst gun that UMass had in their lineup here. Chomes has to try and find something better. It's about to run up on Drago, though. This could be a little bit scary just around the box. The timing around this box. But he sees the barrel. Drago might have spotted him out, though. He stays alive. He's not going to get taken out on that peak. And Drago's just burning so much time right now.
Drago just playing with them.
Goes for the wide peak, takes him down. Now 4-10, SNHU. Not got to worry about a bonus round.
Yeah, a recap of the Ace and Almar moment in Arts, but this time it's Snoo's favor.
This is, I mean, UMass, because they forced up on that second round, they're not going to be able to buy up rifles on this round. And that could have been their ticket in, but SNHU going to have a chance to still play with a gun advantage.
Yep, and now for every player that dies on this next round for Snoo, they'll be able to come back next round with the full rifle. They're stacking up a lot of money here.
We'll see. With UMass been playing very close to these corners, they have to try and play around this. They do have a shotgun on their team. Ace, I believe, holding right here with this Bucky. Peachy's not careful. They find themselves in a bad situation. The Prowler's going to see someone right there.
They heard the Bucky. They're not messing with that. They know what happens.
I have the spike.
They know to watch their corners, but most importantly, they know that Bucky's on the B side of the map. They can go over towards A and kind of disrespect some of these corners here. Chome's going to get the info back off. Godell unscathed by that shot.
It feels like they have a lot of space to work with here.
He might be able to just jump on top of this wall. This is a...
Oh, definitely possible.
It's right under him, though, and
And
he's not looking. He doesn't know.
No way it happens twice to them. They learned their lesson. They're going to look down over the walls.
Shot close to this is going to go down to Suka. The Bucky comes out as well, but Suka still staying alive right there.
Yeah, not the best spot to have a Bucky. Tsuka too far away to really get killed by the Bucky
Oh,
here.
no. Oh, no.
Last player standing.
Oh. SNHU 5-10. They continue their climb upwards. They hold against UMass's eco round there, but they're going to be able to buy up full guns right now, SNHU.
Now here's an important decision for Snoo. Some teams here will actually drop their Spectres in favor of buying up a full rifle, because here they could gain more economy, keep playing with those Spectres, but if they lose the round because they have a worse buy, they don't have a lot of rounds to play with. So here they're willing to throw away their Spectres and to full buy their rifles to really keep that momentum going.
And that's so much money they're spending on it. That's so much they're putting on the line right now. But that's just what they have to do if they want to try and stay competitive in this half. The Ace playing here once again. That Prowler going around the corner. Trademark going to get spotted out. Peachy able to destroy it without giving up too much.
It seems SNHU has developed a new default for this half. Now they're going to be committing the Fade Dog to clearing out double doors, making sure nobody's close, and then killing the Chamber Chip. What that does for UMass is now they have to commit a man to watch that spot, and they can't just leave a piece of utility there, thus relieving some pressure off somewhere else on the map.
Peachy just pre-firing that spot that Dritch likes to hold, but he is a little bit deeper this time. Drago getting this planted. The Astral Divide comes through, but Drago can't get it down fast enough. Dritch is already deep in there. Suka goes down. Godel staying alive, able to trade it out. Peachy finds Ace. They reclaim the spike there. Prowler does spot him out. They know where Godel is. They know where he's trying to plant. Starts to plant here. Shock sends that Viper's Bite around the corner there. He's able to get out of it in time, but
tragic.
I'm going to have to peek it, and he's able to find Godel.
SNHU yellow. They have an Asher up. They can break down the Sage Wall.
Ooh. They haven't actually started defusing yet. The Prowler's going through, though, and Mommer's going to get sprayed through there. SNHU now in a tough spot as UMass bring it 11-5. They're not quite at match point yet, but
they committed a lot of economy to that round. Now they're still sitting a little pretty, so it's not the end of the world, but in that last round, they got so greedy for that plant. They put a Astro Wall to cover B hallway, but they didn't clear it out. So their enemy chamber is able to just walk out a bit and just spray down 2 players. Like SNHU didn't fully clear out sight, and that cost them the round.
They tried to just get that half take, get that down, and fall back, and kind of just plant right in UMass's face, but it didn't work out for him.
And you gotta take your time sometimes in Valorant. You can't just rush the post point like that.
Ace has a judge right here. Prowler needs to go through. He isn't able to get the kill on Peachy, though. He does find it, but Godel trades him out, going 1 for 1. That's a big gain for UMass, though. They only spent a judge on that.
And because SNHU spent so much money last round, they didn't have the money to buy Fade Prowlers to clear that angle out for them. That cost them an entire life.
A weird spot right now. Trademark will go down.
That'll cause a reaction from UMass ult to watch that, and let's see how they react to it.
Prowler gets no info, though. That's kind of big as Shock and Barry start to hold around here. That Viper's Blade going to go out. Chomes in a weird spot right now. Godel going to throw that knife out. Not going to find anything off of it. Start to push up forward here. Chomes just falls back, throws that slow field out. Suka's already right in the middle of it, though. Null Command comes out, and Suka's able to take down Shock. Godel is down, but he's not out. Probably going to get stabilized here.
In a great spot to stabilize. Ooh.
Barry just finds the last 2. Godel and Mommer are both going to go down for trying to get him up. Now, there's 2 players left. Not going to get hit by this Nightfall, just right on the edge of the Viper's Bites. Are going to go out to try and zone them out, this post-plant situation. It's something you want Viper for, but they're not going to commit the Viper's Pit.
Yeah, kind of interesting, because like, there are not many that much rounds left to commit the Viper ult to. I would love to see it come out here.
They just want to try and save it for a round where it's going to be more impactful than just a 2 versus 2. Feeling confident about this. Suka's able to take down Dritch, and now this situation just becomes so much better for them as Barry pushes forward with an Odin. Drago's right here, and he touches the bomb. He's going to peek, take him out. 6-11 now. SNHU stabilize.
And they make it out of the round with Drago's ult still there. This is good for them. UMass, once again, is forced to save. If they can bring that Viper ult into the next round, maybe with another Fade ult, that's a lot of momentum in the future.
They were so close to being able to buy this round. If they had taken that, they would have had such a huge lead in economy, but SNHU are still, like I said, they're hanging on. They're going to have full rifles this round. UMass are working with pistols and a Blade Storm.
Definitely still something to be wary of. That Blade Storm can definitely make miracles happen, but SNHU seems confident for this round.
That Molly not going to go through there, just going to give away some info.
UML getting really aggressive this round, so if SNHU finds out how many players are actually pushing mid, they can make a really solid push on any side of the map.
Especially A is just so open right now because UMass are so committed towards mid. They're in a weird spot right now. They got Ace on the flank, and they don't know it. That Blade Storm is running up behind them. And the flash on a Chum's going to find a kill there. The Prowler goes out, but he's committed towards sending that through, and that's a kill for SNHU for absolutely free.
And Jake, and Ace used the jet smoke to get past the chamber chip. They have no idea that they're about to get flanked.
Oh no, oh no, they find 2 before they get taken out. Mamra's able to take out Ace before they find any more, but now it's a 3 versus 3. But Dritch gets caught out.
And they're up. All the guns are still in the middle of the map, so UMass does not have access to those better guns. SNHU still has an amazing advantage.
They haven't been able to upgrade yet. They're going to have to worry mostly about positioning here. The C's goes out.
Left.
Can't find anything off that. Shock is right above, misses that first shot, and Drago isn't able to kill him before he gets the pit out.
Standing.
And SNHU in a 3v1.
Oh,
There it is.
Drago with the pit is able to catch Shock out. Now 7-11, SNHU. They've taken 5 rounds in this half so far. They've only lost 1. UMass, they are on the cusp of clinching this out, but SNHU continue to find these wins.
Yep, SNHU unfortunately did commit that Viper ult last round, so it will make the future rounds a little bit more difficult, but when you have to commit, when you have to guarantee a round, you got to do it. They have access to the Fade ult now. They have access to the Chamber ultimate. There's still a lot of power on the board here.
Yeah, definitely still a bit for them to play with. Some plays to be made with the resources they have. For SNHU, I really like this default that they're running here. It seems to be really hard for UMass to actually be able to deal with this.
Yep. Now with the Viper ult coming down on A site, most teams will walk up and see the ult and hit the B site, and that allows the players on B to push up a bit, and that's how the Chamber got that pick.
Probably going to see actually no res for UMass here. So unfortunate they're not able to get Ace back up. They will commit that wall down, and I don't know if that was the play. That's a lot to commit down right now. SNHU start to pivot on over towards B side here. They're going to have to push into this Chamber, but he doesn't have Tour de Force. He's just working with a Vandal.
And he's holding it by himself, so even if Chamber does get a pick off of SNHU, he's just going to TP out and leave sites.
He's so deep inside. He's just backing off here. The moment he sees the utility come through, UMass begin to rotate on over. They're getting out of there. Viper's pit being abandoned as SNHU start to push in towards the site. The Nightfall goes out. He's going to rendezvous out before he gets hit by it, but he will be able to get the kill on Suka in time. Godel's going to finally trade him out there. UMass are all off site right now. They're all smoked off. Mont's going to go out. Peachy trying to get back up onto this high ground.
Going to A site now. This is huge.
There he's right here. He will be able to find Peachy, and Mamra and UMass have brought it to match point.
That's very heartbreaking as a player. You know, if one of you just gets to trade there, you get a full site all by yourself. Amazing time for applause.
Yeah, this is a good timeout. We're right down to the wire right now. SNHU, they've been climbing for a little bit here, but this is truly the point of no more mistakes. Yep, they cannot take any risks that they end up losing out on.
Now it's stressful because now as a player, everything you do needs to be done with confidence. But you always have that feeling, that thought at the back of your head, like, well, what if this is the wrong play? If it is, I lose this round, I lose the game. So here, it's a huge test of mental strength, and it's a huge test of tactical ability.
And you really got to worry in these situations where it's like, am I going to get cheesed out by someone holding this door with a shotgun?
Yeah,
like, am I going to get killed in some way that I could have absolutely prevented, but I just was so worried about that I just didn't think about it. This is when the game gets tense.
The game is really developing because, I mean, we've shown that we're not afraid of playing judges, we're not afraid of Buckies, we're not afraid of Odins, we're not afraid of Ops. Everything is on the table. And there hasn't been any patterns. We don't know that they're playing Odin every time. We don't know that they're playing a judge every time. It's a toss-up.
There's been a lot of Odins from UMass though, like a concerning amount, I think.
Yeah, now it's consistent that Barry over there is holding the Odin a lot, but Barry's not playing in the same spot all the time.
That's true.
It's a little stressful.
It's like if I get spotted out by any sort of info, am I just gonna get sprayed down through this wall?
And these walls are made out of paper in this game. Frankly, I'd be terrified.
UMass though, mostly, I mean, just kind of not playing for mid at all. Just letting SNHU get free reign over it.
Yes, SNHU won a lot of rounds from them trying to fight mid, so they said, we'll give you mid, we're going to play a retake game from now on.
Got a lot of info off of that Prowler. The Prowler will spot out Shock. I think they saw it lunge there for just a second. Slowfield coming out. That Prowler not able to cross it. SNHU. I mean, they've got 2 players up here just kind of making noise, attracting utility over here. While the rest of them start to pivot over towards main. But Ace is starting to get close. He's Got to
Staring at
decide
the
if he
trip
wants to
again.
get past this trip.
And again, that's a jet that can very easily put a smoke on that trip and goes past it.
Goes out, shock plays anti-flash, but Godell's able to trade it out. Now a 4 versus 4. SNHU takes those. UMass are now more spread thin. SNHU still holding strong. Chomes goes down, and that could be an open A site.
That will cause everyone to react to the map. Snoo's going to execute. UMass is going to rotate over. Ace smoked past the trip again.
Oh!
Let's see if Snoo is aware that Ace could be on the flank again.
Drago with these wide peaks is just unpredictable, and Ace now starting to come up through main. That's Amra watching down that flank.
Snoo is aware of where they could be.
Got info there, getting sprayed through the wall, though, trying to take this fight. Will get some good damage in, but it's just Ace left. A 1 versus 3.
Well, let's see if Ace can work the miracle here.
Situation, we'll be able to take down Peachy.
Starts.
The second kill, but Godell's able to put a stop to it. 8-12 now.
Cooling down.
4 more rounds for Snoo.
4 more rounds to bring it to overtime. Yeah. It's not over there. They still have to try and win by 2 at the end because UMass got that match point. They've at least secured that they can't lose in this half.
Yes, yes.
It will be forced into overtime for SNHU. They've been there is an alarming level of consistency here. I'm worried about if this goes to overtime because UMass on their attacking half did fantastic. SNHU on their attacking half did fantastic. So overtime might be a little bit scary here. Peachy has 3 people run up on him, and Chomes takes him down.
Very scary, very stressful here now.
A lot of just
Now
spraying.
Snoo wants to fight this, and they're walling off. They said UMass is like, we don't want to fight this anymore. We got our 1 pick. Let's not throw our lead.
Yeah, and they're not gonna. I mean, they're gonna be pretty fine after that. The most chip damage they took just got healed out. So SNHU didn't gain too much off of that, other than maybe a lot of utility. That wall went down, the slow field went down. They did draw it a lot there, but now, look at this.
They're communicating.
Oh no! Drago pushes through, gets taken out, but just back and forth for the moment of 2 versus 3. Godell staying alive, not how the snipe stays up, does get down, but Mommer trades it out.
Hero here.
Mommer needs to be able to try and finish this fight. But he's just gonna dip. Just gonna try and get away. They're gonna suspect that she goes for the res, but she's gonna go for the plant instead.
She's gonna choose to play the 2v1 instead of risking for the revive. Let's see if she gets aggressive here. Pretty standard positioning for Amra.
Really only has the C's to work with. Doubtful if this 20 seconds will pass to actually get Haunt back or not, but if it does, it's gonna be some good information to work with, especially with that Viper while cutting the site in half. Diffused. Little spot out Shrek, but they're just going to hold it, and that's going to close out the game. UMass finished things off here in Pearl after a nail-biter match. SNHU so close to the comeback, just not in the cards for tonight. What a great game.
It was a great game. I will have to say I will have to come clean a little bit. Pearl is not Yellow's best map. It was actually their first time ever playing on that map.
It happens. It happens. That was a great. I mean, you could kind of tell. Like, I feel like both sides were very much kind of developing a new plan at the same time. I think that was pretty even footing there on that map. Really, really great play there on Pearl. Let's go ahead and see. Godell just tearing it up there on the KO, taking so much space for his team. 21 limbs, 280 ACS.
Glad to see that the push-ups didn't tire him out.
I think that's...
He was still up there. I think the push-ups are going to be a standard part of the Snoo warm-up routine from now on.
His plan was to go from, 20 to 40 to 60 for each map. You know, once he's able to hit full 60, then, you know, he'll really be tearing it up out there.
He's going to be a monster
in
the server. A monster. Truly, I'm already terrified of just
the
idea of it.
That's the thing I'm excited for most this season, is seeing once Godell hits 60 push-ups, what's going to happen out there, because it's going to be terrifying. That's going to be all for us tonight. Thank you so much for coming out and watching SNHU Yellow. Always a treat to have here on stream. If you want more, you can check out our Twitter, which is /SNHU Esports. You'll find all sorts of clips, match updates, as well as anything going on in or around the arena. It's a great place to stay up to date, as well as our Discord, which is also /SNHU Esports. You'll find all of that, as well as the community that is here and around the arena. But yeah, that's all for us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with Smash Bros. Until then, enjoy your night. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Godell holding on to this. Molly trying to send it right in. Gets it right on the other side of the.
That's the Sage mode. So Stu has full control over the spike.
Oh no!
Rico, out of 100 shots, he severely amazing pick by.
It's a second. Dridge finds a kill before Rondo moving out. He is stranded right now. He'll take down Ace and Dridge.
Together. Now he's running Ace for free. And Ace is doing a lot with that.
Suka.
So you're always a little bit happy that that really bad game.
Oh,
It's super high.
so quick on the draw. Beat out Amra though. This could be scary. Amra's finally able to put that through. That is both of them definitely right now. Being tracked, gonna fire one right on back end. Cheese goes up, but Amra wins that one. And Spike hitting and planted here. His shot gets caught out. This Viper's fighting. You're saying Amra Dragon finds 2 kills. Dridge comes through. Takes 2 of his own. I'm gonna go a little bit wide, but not gonna find a great spot.
Oh, there it is.
Spike does come out towards the net utility. Dridge goes out. Viper Orb goes out. One. Dridge is so low right now. Play for time right now. Dridge trying to hold it to head. Win out that fight. Barry's calling the utility out. PG finds another. That's 2-3 down for UMass. Situation.